Testing. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the live stream. What's up, Charlie? What's up, everybody? Well, today we're going to talk about how, people, first and foremost, I just want to say this. Please stop saying that you broke if you not broke. If you got $5 right now, you're not broke. Even if you got $1 right now to your name, you're not broke. Just stop it, please. It is an insult to people out here that is really struggling and that's really broke, that literally don't have $0. I mean, it literally has $0 to their name. It's an insult. People need to understand that. And also, power within the tongue. You not know how many people challenged me and my husband for our struggle back then. And then we kept telling them to stop saying that. Now they ended up in a position that we used to be in. So calling yourself broke, that's really not a game. And I don't understand why people believe that it's okay to keep saying that. Yeah, I got $100, so I'm broke. Clearly, you see the thumbnail, right? That is a prime example. People that's living in a penthouse got a lot of money, but crying and boo-hooing about bills that they gotta pay. Do you not know how many homeless people are sleeping out here on the streets that wish that they could pay a bill? I'm just saying. It might sound crazy to you because you don't want to pay bills, but homeless people, a lot of them, they didn't choose to be homeless. They're laying on the streets. You think they want to? Some of them do choose to lay on the streets and be homeless, but you really got some people that don't want that. They don't want that lifestyle. Meanwhile, you got rich people out here or people that got money in their accounts that's saying, I'm broke. I'm broke as hell, man. I wish I did have it. Meanwhile, you got $500 in your checking account and $10 in your savings. You're not broke. You still able to pay all your bills on time. You're not broke. Come on, bro. $25. If you got $25, you're not broke. I'm just saying. If you got $1 to your name right now, you are not broke. Please, for the life of me, stop saying that you're broke. Like I said, it is an insult to people that are really struggling. And when I say really struggling, I mean really struggling with a $0 bank account. And they don't have any income to look forward to. I'm dead serious. Like, think about it. When a person is broke with no money, we're talking about money, and they don't have a job and they don't have any type of income to look forward to, they don't have nobody to help them, no resources, nothing. That's what you call broke. Okay? Cuz we'll get to the broken part, like, on the inside soon, but right now we are talking about while we're living in the flesh. People out here steady talking about they broke and they really not. Do you want to be broke? You got people that will literally challenge a homeless person and say, "Oh man, I ain't got nothing at all. I don't have nothing. I'm broke too. I wish I could. I'm broke too." But you about to get in your car and go home and lay in a comfortable bed. You about to open up your fridge and pull out a gallon of orange juice and pour you up a cup and eat you a sandwich. Meanwhile, this homeless person still sleeping on the street inside of a box, and they got to curl up at night and they don't have anything. I'm just saying. They got their life, of course. But I want to do this stream to really tell people to stop saying that you broke. Please. Now, before we get started, gotta say my speech. Exactly. Disrespectful comments will get you removed expeditiously. First and foremost, you're entitled to your own opinion. I do respect everybody's opinion. Just because you don't agree with me does not mean that we have to hate each other. We don't got to go back and forth on this live stream. If you become way too disrespectful, you're going to get removed and kicked out, blocked, all of that. So now you can voice how you feel or whatnot through the chat, but be respectful doing it. Any inappropriate comments will be removed. Off topic comments will be removed. Disrespectful comments will be removed, and you will be blocked. So just want to let y'all know that. If this is a topic that you would like to engage in, please do that. And if you just want to sit and watch and listen, I guess. Uh you said I have one penny in my name. Am I broke? No. Let me tell you, you are literally broke when you don't have anything. I mean, you ain't even got no change that you can scrap up. For real. We could say that. But honestly though, if you ask me, you're really broke when everything, let's be 100 though. Everything out here costs more than $1.25 now $1.25 at this point. So if you can't even afford something for $1 and you broke, okay? Seriously. I'm a prime example. We couldn't afford some doggone a pack of tissue from Dollar Tree. Anytime you can't afford something from Dollar Tree, the dollar store, you can't afford you a little bag of chips or something, then there you go. Voila, you broke. I'm just saying. But anyway, I want to react to this video. The name of this YouTube channel is called Talk Rant. I guess it's like what people go on rants or whatever from TikTok, and this guy uploads it to YouTube. But anyway, the name of this video is called "People Are Too Broke to Afford Anything." Okay. And I just want y'all to hear what these people are saying. And I'm gonna be pausing to talk. Um But before I press the play button, I just want to say this to the people. Please, for the life of me, stop saying that you're broke when you have friends and family that can really help you. that will literally give you their last, people that will give it to you with no problem, and they won't even ask for nothing back. Stop saying that you broke when you got a paycheck that you can actually look forward to. Stop saying that you broke when you just came from work and you about to go back tomorrow, because you still got a paycheck that you looking forward to. Just because your bank account say $0 at this point, you still got a paycheck that you looking forward to. Stop saying that you broke after you done set up and paid all your bills, paid your car note. You good. You ain't got to worry about nothing else, man. You straight. But y'all really be saying that y'all broke because y'all can't do the things that you want to do. Like go out to eat with your friends or whatever the case may be. So y'all just feel like I'm broke. Man, I ain't got nothing. I'm broke. Because I can't go have fun. To be honest, you really could if you wanted to. That's the thing. This world, they just act like everybody is just forcing them to do stuff that they don't want to do. Nobody's forcing you to pay your bills. So you do not have to pay your bills on time if you don't want to. If you feel like, man, I want to make me a little sacrifice or something. This time around, I'm not even going to pay the gas bill. If I be behind, it is what it is. I'll catch up. I just need a little bit of something to myself. But people literally choose to, they choose that. They choose to do that and then they complain about it. And stop saying that you broke when you have things in your home of value that you can literally sell to get out of being broke. But people, they decide, nah, don't want to do that because that's worth too much money. Well, then there you go. You got too much pride. You got too much pride. Exactly. Stop saying that you broke because you can't buy the newest Jordans that just came out. You feel me? Take a mispay. People are afraid to not pay their bills. I've been got out of that a long time ago. It is what it is. If I need this right here for myself or for my family and I would like to do something, well, I'm finna make a sacrifice. It is what it is. If that's what I want to do. Y'all be trying to make it seem like life is just, everything is, it's just one-sided. You be making it seem like you ain't got no options whatsoever, nothing left, nothing else to do other than keep paying bills. And I'm already looking forward to the people to come in here and say, oh, well, what are you supposed to do when your lights go out? What are you supposed to do when your gas go off? Like I said, that's your choice. If you want to pay your bills, go right ahead. But stop complaining so much, though, as if you can't make a sacrifice. Because you really can if you want to. But a lot of y'all are just, y'all live in fear and y'all just afraid. Yeah. I already know I'm going to get a lot of people in here today that's just not going to agree with anything. But it's cool. I'm finna play this.
Question. When did Taco Bell start charging the prices of
Wait, let me...
Life is just...
Okay.
Taco Bell start charging the prices...
All right.
Question. When did Taco Bell start charging the prices of, like, second Michelin star restaurant? Okay. I just ordered DoorDash, and $30-something for a box of tacos? What? $8 for a burrito? Huh?
Now, I want to remind you that she just said that she ordered Taco Bell off of DoorDash. When you order from these apps and stuff like that, it's going to cost a few dollars more, just to let you know. Not sure if you have a membership with them or whatnot, but I just want to let you know it's going to cost more. Yeah, Taco Bell has become a lot more expensive than what it used to be. So, yeah. And I do want to say that in a way I do understand, because when you go to a grocery store and you just want to buy you some doggone tacos and some stuff to make some tacos, you're going to be spending like $70 to $100 just for a meal that can last you, that's really supposed to last you for almost a week, but it's like it's lasting you for like 2 to 3 days. So I did talk about stuff like this before, and I said, dang, it ain't got to a point where you have to choose whether you want to go to the restaurant and get takeout or you just want to go to the grocery store and buy you something. And if you ask me, it's pretty much almost neck and neck at this point.
Remember when the burritos were like
Facts. Expensive thing to do is order off a line. Like, yeah, you ordering from DoorDash. You're gonna be paying taxes and fees and stuff. I'm not sure if she's paying attention to that, but yeah.
9 cents? Because I do. I mean, the audacity to charge those prices when they know we're gonna practically die after we eat it.
Again, y'all be forcing yourselves to do stuff that you do not have to do. If you feel like you're gonna die after you eat some doggone fast food, then why did you buy the fast food offline anyway? Make it make sense.
I mean,
That's
okay,
fine.
enough is enough, okay?
Y'all, today I'm having the struggliest struggle meal that's ever been struggled. For me, at least. Like, when I tell y'all I'm broke, and I've been broke since Monday, it's Thursday. I get paid tomorrow, though.
Let me rewind what she just said. This woman. Okay, so I'm not sure if y'all can hear it because it sounds like some little music or something in the background. I don't know. But there is another lady after the one that we just listened to. Now she's talking about how she's struggling and she's broke. So let's hear what she got to say.
Meal that's ever been struggled. For me, at least. Like, when I tell y'all I'm broke, and I've been broke since Monday, it's Thursday.
So you've been broke since Monday, and you said that it's Thursday. Is that a few days? And then you saying that you looking forward to a paycheck tomorrow.
I get paid tomorrow, though. I couldn't even afford to go buy a box of oodles bagoodles. Ramen noodles. I couldn't afford it.
She's saying that she couldn't even afford to go buy a box of noodles.
I'm so down bad. So I went to my fridge and I said, let me see what I can find.
For real. Being broke for a few days is literal retardation. I'm just being honest. Like, bruh, try being broke for 2.5 years, bro. Try that. Try.
And this is what I put together.
I cannot believe it's already been over 3 years with my BetterHelp therapist. After 3 years of therapy, this is what I figured out.
This is a makeshift ghetto fried rice. Bologna, eggs, and rice, and some random spices I found in the cabinet because I don't even have no soy sauce. Like, it tastes okay. Like, it tastes like...
So basically, she's just talking about how she had to make up something. She's so broke that she couldn't even afford to buy herself lunch or whatever. For work, she couldn't even afford to, go to the store and get a pack of noodles so that she can bring it to work or whatnot. She's saying that I've been broke since Monday. It's literally Thursday. Ma'am, that's 3 days. And then she talking about I'm getting a check tomorrow though. Okay. So broke how? Where, when, where, how? You at work right now though. And then you looking forward to a paycheck the next day. And then now she's talking about how she had to throw something together out of her fridge. She had to cook some rice mixed with bologna and ham. Okay. Been there, done that.
I'm not gonna be hungry. Like,
Your ass ever been too broke to go to work? That shit is the fucking worst, bro. Like, you got no money for gas. You got no money to get food. You got no...
This is what I'm talking about right here. Right here. Now that I can agree with. He said, have you ever been too broke to go to work though? Have y'all ever been in a position where you've been too broke to go your behind to work? And when I say that, I don't mean like, I don't feel like going to work. I'm not motivated because I ain't get my paycheck. No, I'm talking about when you literally have to get up for work. You turn the key in the ignition and it's ding you low on gas. You ever been too broke to go to work? Have you ever been so broke that you ain't got no food at home? You ain't got no money in your account whatsoever, so you can go get you a little bag of chips or something so you can eat? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been that broke? Nah, I don't think, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say nobody has, but it's just like this whole world be yelling and screaming how they broke and how they ain't got nothing and they broke and they broke and they broke. But everybody, it looked to me like everybody got a paycheck to look forward to. And everybody swear up and down, it's like, oh, living paycheck to paycheck. Bruh, you still have a paycheck to look forward to. Rather you live in paycheck to paycheck, you know what I'm saying? It's like you still got an income. That's the thing. You still have an income to look forward to. So technically, you're not broke.
No food in the house, you can pack a lunch. Try to be responsible. Like,
All right, let me
first,
rewind.
bro. Like, you got no money for gas. You got no money.
No money for gas.
You got no food in the house. You can pack a lunch. Try to be responsible. Like, it's gonna be a long ass week, boy. I tell you that. Boy,
A long week. Now, I don't know if somebody contributed to his issue and gave him some money or whatever, because it looked like you in a car right now and you on your way to work, bro. But I can say that, when you ever been so broke that you ain't have the money to get to work though? When I say that, I mean like you don't have the means to get to work. You can't even afford a bus card. Can't nobody even give you a bus card. You ever been so broke that you don't even have no money at all to put gas in your car and your gas tank is on E and you have to get to work. And when you call up somebody to try to help you, they telling you that they ain't got it either. You ever been that broke? You ever been so broke that when you got to get to work, not only do you not have any money for gas, but also you don't have no money for lunch to eat. And you got to eat on something, even if it's a little snack, because if you don't, you're going to mess around and pass out.
have a good mindset, positive mind.
Exactly. You ever been too broke to even find a job? Like, I'm telling you, man, people really feel like this stuff is impossible. I mean, it's always impossible to a person that ain't never had to go through it, of course. And people be so quick to say, "Oh, you just making excuses. You making excuses." Of course, you will believe that somebody else is making excuses because you've never been in their position.
I said, money will come. Money will come. Money will come. As long as you keep going.
Bro, you are literally summons and money. Summons. You summons it. You summon. Damn, did I say it right? Bro, you want the money so bad. Money will come. Money will come. Money will come. Money will come. I'm telling you, man, for the love of money is the root of all evil.
Explain to me. Come. Money will come. Money will come. As long as you keep going.
Okay, now here is another person that's about to talk about how broke they are.
Explain to me how you can just be broke willingly. How are you willingly being broke? Like, if I'm broke, bitch, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to go out. I don't want to drink, smoke, fuck. I don't want to do shit if I ain't got no money in my pocket.
So you saying you don't want to lay down and open up your legs unless you have money in your pockets. So if somebody threw you a little $20 bill, would you open up your legs? Do you want to smoke then? Do you want to drink then? I mean, I'm telling you, like, people feel like because I can't go and do the things that I want to do, like, which is have fun outside with my friends and stuff like that, then I'm broke. I can't afford to do the things that my friends can do, so I'm technically broke. Even though all my bills is paid, everything is paid up, car note, everything, rent paid. I got a little bit of food in the house, not a lot, not as much as I would expect to have, but I'm broke. Man, right, she going way too far. Exactly. People need to understand, stop letting money control you. That's the thing. when I talk about stuff like this right here, this is a very, very, very deep topic, and it seems like it strikes a lot of nerves because people swear up and down, no, you're just making excuses. No, I've been there before. No, well, I mean, what worked for you don't work for everybody else. You know, just because you was homeless before and you was able to keep a job the whole entire time that you was homeless, don't mean that it can work for everybody else. Me and my husband was homeless for 2.5 years. And yeah, we had jobs on and off, but every time we looked up, we was getting fired. You want to know why we was getting fired? Because they didn't like us. They didn't like the fact that we spoke up for ourselves. They didn't like the fact that we didn't kiss ass. Okay? And we wasn't about to kiss no ass to keep a job either. Cause a lot of people, that's where they got us effed up at. A lot of people be like, well, I mean, if you want to stop being homeless, all you gotta do is keep your job. Just do what them people tell you to do. This is optional to me. And I don't have to do what nobody tell. If a person is telling me to do something that I don't want to do and they talking to me like I'm a little ass kid, then obviously we have a problem there. Because I'm an adult just like you. Just because you're my supervisor does not mean that you can talk down to me like I'm your child. That's the thing that a lot of these companies need to understand. Yeah, but let everybody else tell it. It's just, oh no, you see, that's the thing. You need to learn how to keep yourself under control. I mean, see, that's the thing. There is a way to keep yourself under control while telling somebody about themselves. Just because I'm respectfully telling someone about themselves and telling them that they need to respect me doesn't mean that I don't have any self-control whatsoever. I want to be treated right too on the job. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't come to work to be talked to like I was a little ass kid.
How are you willingly being able to be broke? Bitch, if I'm broke, my head is going on a motherfucking trip. Oh God.
I just want.
Because you're allowing the money to take control over you. That's the thing. You know, you allowing the money to control you. You saying that if I'm broke, my head is going on the trip. It's because a lot of y'all don't know how to control y'all thoughts when you're broke. When you're broke, you should still remain happy. You know, been there, done that. I'm telling you, I used to let money take control of me as well. I see my bank account say $0, and now I'm acting a plum fool. Now I'm just going on rants too, and I'm talking about not online but to people. I'm irritated. I'm talking about I'm so irritated I don't want to talk to nobody. But I learned over time it's not about the money because for the love of money is the root of all evil. The reason why a lot of people is evil right now in 2025 is because of the money. The money controls you.
I want to say that it's fucking wild that as a two-income household, my husband and I have come to the realization we can't afford groceries right now. Like, straight up can't afford groceries. Because if we buy groceries, then we either won't be able to pay our rent or our electric bill. Because
Been there. Been there. You ever been struggling so hard? Now this right here is when you do have an income, right? But you ever struggle so hard to the point where you literally have to make the craziest choices ever? Now it's like, oh my God, I'm walking on eggshells already with my light bill. So it's either I pay the light bill or I put the groceries in the house. Which one? Take this and put it in the refrigerator, or do I pay my light bill? You ever been struggling so hard that you literally have to choose if you want to pay your phone bill or put groceries in the house? Yeah, that part.
as both of those come out of this pay cycle and they will take the.
You said it makes no sense because we ain't gonna always have money, so why let the possession of money control you? You said I'll assume Chad probably literally want to call you broke. Most people feel that is the reason that you, I mean, look, it is what it is. I don't have to prove to anybody how many jobs or anything. I don't have to prove nothing to no one. You can call me broke if you want to. I'm used to this. Every time I talk about, even when I talk to people about this type of stuff, regardless if I'm talking about it online or not, it seems like people be up for the challenge with this. They're up for the challenge because they believe in their eyes, I'm the lazy one and they're not. You're just making excuses. All you got to do is this, and all you got to do is that, and all you got to do. And it's easier said than done. You know, a lot of people, a lot of people swear up and down, all you got to do is apply for a job, right? But that's not it. That's not it. Because what happens after you apply for a job? I wish that it was people out there that would stop saying that shit. Telling somebody else, oh, you broke, stop begging, just go get a job. Why don't you give them a job? Why don't you just give them a job? Why don't you put them in your job? Because a lot of y'all swear up and down as well, like, oh, well, I can get you in my job. I can get you in. And then as soon as they apply, they don't get in. Then what? What works for you don't work for everybody else. Wake up. What works for you do not work for everybody else. Just because you can apply to a job or two and get accepted and get interviews don't mean that everybody else could do the same. All right? I just want to say that because I've had trouble with getting jobs damn near majority of my life. Trying to get jobs just because people don't, it's not about your job history. It's literally not about your job history all the time. It's not about how many jobs you work. It's not about what you good at and far as your work experience. It's not always about that. They look at you and they say, no, I don't like her. I'm not going to hire her. I don't like her. She looks like she's too outspoken. Looks like she'll be a problem. So yeah, don't like her. And then that's how they do it. Literally.
The entire pay cycle. And
just remove them. You could literally just remove them. Anytime you see a person that's not talking specifically about the topic, just remove them. Because I'm not about to play with y'all today. I'm not about to go back and forth with y'all, the trolling and all the games and stuff. Y'all being childish right now. For real.
That's fucking bonkers. That's so fucking wild.
So let me rewind what she said.
I just want to say that it's
How are you on a motherfucking trip? Oh God.
I just want to say that it's fucking wild that as a two-income household, my husband and I have come to the realization we can't afford groceries right now. Like, straight up can't afford groceries. Because if we buy groceries, then we either won't be able to pay our rent or our electric bill. Because both of those come out of this pay cycle and they will take the entire pay cycle. And that's fucking bonkers. That's so fucking wild. We have two incomes and we cannot afford to eat. And we don't even have kids. Like, it's literally just the two of us, and we can't afford to eat with two incomes. That is just... But I mean, I guess, that means we won't have to wash dishes because our dishwasher is still broken, as it has been for 2 months at the
I'm gonna wait till she done.
place that we pay so much in rent,
So much
wild.
in rent.
Does anyone else?
So hold on, let me get this straight. I understand what she's saying with the, you got to make sacrifices. It's like, dang, like, it's just me and my husband. We don't have no kids, and it's crazy how we can't even afford to keep groceries in the house, or we have to literally choose between paying this bill and then putting groceries in the house. I get it. Then you turn around and you say, well, at least we don't have to wash dishes anymore now that we choose not to put groceries in the house. Pretty much just choose to be hungry. Yeah, so at least we don't have to wash dishes anymore. Our dishwasher is broken as it is, even though we sit here and we pay these people rent faithfully every month and rent is skyrocket high. I mean, have y'all people ever thought in y'all mind to downsize? Or do you have too much pride to do that? Would you rather pay $1,900 for a one bedroom consistently knowing that you got to pay other bills, knowing that you also got to put food in the house as well. Do you want to continue to struggle with that? Or do you want to just completely downsize? And when I say downsize, I don't know, maybe get a studio, maybe get you a what do you call those? A trailer, do the little, I don't know, the van life, whatever the case may be. But also the crazy part about that is I do hear that, they're making homelessness a crime. That's the crazy part. The van life and all that is becoming a crime to live in your car. So I did see a video on that as well, and that's sad. That's sad. Right? Maybe a RV. Facts. A RV. You know, get you a RV. Maybe you should downsize. Have people ever thought about stuff like that? Have you ever thought, even if you don't want to do that, I'm sure there's something in your house that is of value. Have you ever thought to just go pawn it, go sell it, just get rid of it? Because you don't need it, right? But people just be full of pride. They can't do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was living with somebody one time that literally wanted to challenge my struggle every chance they got. Like, they had an income to look forward to. I had nothing. I didn't have an income or nothing. I was sitting there trying to figure it out. And when I say nothing, bank account on zero every day. And they kept trying to challenge me, talking about, oh yeah, well, I'm struggling too. How are you struggling and you get a paycheck? You get 2 paychecks a month. You never had to struggle a day in your life, and everything in your house costs more than your house. You can literally pawn it right now. But when I told them that, they said, no, I'm not pawning. I'm not touching none of my stuff. Okay, well, then you ain't struggling. If you refuse to pawn anything in your house that is of value, then you ain't struggling. You ain't struggling. And you want to know why a lot of people be too prideful to do stuff like that? It's because oh no, those Jordans over there is worth $1,000. They is not about to give me $50 for that. Well, you ain't struggling then. You ain't struggling. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit here and tell a person that had to really struggle, that would literally pawn anything. When I tell you anything that I can get a hold of that I knew that I had that I was not using, I was pawning it. I didn't give a damn if they gave me $10 for it and it was worth way more than $10. It's worth $50. Hey, $10, $5, I don't care. I need something. It is what it is. But, people just got too much pride. If you sit in a person's face and they talk to you about how they're struggling and you know for a fact they not, but they just lying. I'm struggling too. I'm struggling too. They'll do anything to say that they struggling so that they won't help you. And you look around their house and you like, well, why don't you just pawn that? No, I can't do that. I'm not going to touch that. No, I'm not going to, no. Well, then you're not struggling. Okay?
So broke.
So here is another lady right
so
here.
much in rent, wild. Is anyone else so broke that they're genuine?
Just listen to this lady right here just rant about how broke she is. Listen to her.
Genuinely terrified of potential accidents or illnesses they could get because they truly don't think they could afford to die. If I died now, it would have to be some sort of backyard burial, which I'm pretty.
Please tell me I'm tripping. This lady is out of her mind. How can you be so broke? You so broke that you thinking about when you die and how the burial is gonna look. How you will be buried. That's what you thinking about. You so broke that you thinking about how instead of a casket, you might just end up in a cardboard box. You so broke. Y'all are literally losing y'all minds. Real talk, especially people like this right here. You ain't even talking like everybody else talking. They talking about food and bills and stuff. You talking about how you afraid to end up in a cardboard box when you die because you so broke. You ain't broke.
Pretty sure is illegal. And I'm looking around at my friends and family, and they're just as broke as I am. And I don't want to leave them with debt to pay for my funeral. Definitely couldn't afford a coffin. I'd have to be put in a cardboard box or something if they could find one big enough that was under $10, because that's all I have. I think maybe my friend's dad is a top or something. Bubble wrap's too expensive. And I don't even think my friends have a shovel. They just have to dig a hole in the dirt with their own hands like dogs. It would be really embarrassing. That would be like the most embarrassing funeral ever. Pitiful. I can't afford to live, but I can't afford to die.
Okay, so basically what you saying is you ain't broke. You just worried about how you gonna look and how your funeral is gonna look when you die because you're broke. You believe that you're broke. So you afraid of how everything is gonna look. Why first and foremost, when you die, your flesh exists, but your soul is gone. Seriously. Why are you worried about your body and how it will look? Rather it goes into a casket, rather it goes into an actual graveyard or your friend's backyard, or if you end up in a box. Like, you worried about your flesh. So obviously you want to stay here. It is a lot of people that is afraid to die. She just said it. She's afraid to die because she's too broke. These people was just so full of pride, it don't make no sense.
Y'all are gonna be mad at me when I.
She had, see, and that's the thing. Like, people think stuff like this is a game and it's a joke until they really end up in that position. Really end up broke as hell with nothing to look forward to.
Pitiful. I can't afford to live, but I can't afford to die.
Y'all are gonna be mad at me when I say this, but this economy is not for single people. This economy is not for single parents. This economy is not for anybody that is working one job. Unless you want to be working 62 jobs and starting 32 businesses and working 72 hours a week, we need to move with a lot more intention on your incomes are better than one. So if you are right now pregnant or you are looking to build a family, make sure you are with somebody that you want to be with, someone you want to deal with, and someone that you will forever try to make it work with. This is the economy now where we are back to forcing people to become two parents.
Uh-oh, here we go. These the type of females right here. This is exactly why this type of stuff is getting out of control when they be like, you can't do nothing for me. You broke as hell. You broke as hell. You can't do nothing for me. These them type of females right here. And they want you to take care of their kids. So she trying to butter it up and make it sound real nice. Mind you, she got kids in the background and everything running around inside the car, tossing themselves all over the car while she's talking about two incomes is better than one. Because she's a single mother with two children. So she feels like, man, I need me a man or something. Hopefully somebody comes up under this post and they say that they want to be with me because they got an income, or, I need to partner with somebody that got an income. It's people like this that are literally afraid of their lives. They're afraid. They're afraid to keep going. They afraid to be single. They afraid to be a single mother because they feel like, man, don't nobody want me. Don't nobody want me. They don't want to deal with my kids or nothing. Well, man, let me just sit here and try to tell the people that two incomes is actually better than one. I really need somebody. Hello, I need somebody to help me with these kids.
Households and having two incomes, and they're asking for 4 times the rent, and you need to be making $8,000 a month.
Okay, so basically, she wants her a man that can afford 4 times the rent. He could take care of her and her kids.
You're not making $8,000 a month. You need to pair up with somebody and make sure that they're making 50K and you're making 50K.
Okay. Well, you know where that's going. This is one of those type of females. You need to be making at least 50K for her.
Okay, fine.
Well, it's July 1st.
Oh my God, here we go. These are the type of females right here that's about to talk, that gets online and they do these rants and they start crying, and they're crying and their face is all red, from crying so much, and they just want the whole world to understand their pain. They're crying. They're crying out to the people because they need you to know how broke they are.
And I am short on rent again. I'm a caretaker for a disabled child, and his family was supposed to pay me on Friday, and they did not. I sent them a reminder text because they frequently forget, and
they frequently forget. Why do you want to keep putting yourself in a position to work with people that frequently forget? There's no wonder why you are online crying to the people, ranting, crying, using your emotions because of something that you keep putting yourself through. If you know that they frequently forget and you're taking care of a disabled son while they're out doing whatever, working, whatever the case may be, and they got a disabled son, and you the caretaker and stuff like that. And once you done doing your job, they're supposed to pay you. But since you've been doing this, you constantly have to remind them to pay you. Why do you want to keep going back to work with them? Why don't you choose someone else to work with? See, people will put themselves in these type of positions and then they'll cry to the world. I just,
they have not acknowledged it, and I needed the bulk of that paycheck to pay my rent this month.
Okay, so what are you saying? Like, what do you want the people to do for you?
I had a lot of extra expenses this month, so I needed like $500 of that paycheck.
The way how she's saying it in the camera, she's like, please, like, give me $500, somebody. Like, I just needed that money. And they're not saying anything. And I keep texting them and they're not responding. And I did my job, but they're not trying to respond. And they keep doing this to me. So
to make my rent this month, and now I don't have it. And I know it's not that big of a deal. They'll probably remember in a day or two.
They'll probably remember in a day or two. That's because you are allowing that to happen. You ain't putting your foot down. If you tired of them doing the same stuff time and time again and you don't want to stop working for them, put your foot down. Put your foot down. But if you're tired of them constantly doing it to you and you don't want to say nothing else to them about it, then, go find you another job or something. Go find you someone else that you can take care of. I'm just saying. Or if you're afraid that you ain't going to be able to find another job, then why don't you just stop working until you can find another one? But let everybody else tell it. Well, how is she going to be able to pay her rent? Patience, patience, prayer, and God. Seriously. But people don't believe in that. They just feel like, no, I have to run. There's a race that I'm running. And I have to get this money. I have to. I have to pay my rent. I have to pay my bills. I have to. I am scared. I am afraid. I am in fear. We are not supposed to fear anything, anyone, nothing at all, except the Most High God, bro. All this other stuff, bills, rent, car note, all of that is temporary. But people still fail to realize that.
And I won't even get a late fee till like the end of the week. But I just don't want to be in this position anymore. Like, I am so tired of living literally paycheck to paycheck.
You said that you don't want to be in this position anymore and you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You said she letting that stuff go on way too much to where she is used to it. Exactly. She too used to it. So you saying, I am tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I am so sick of being in this position. So why the hell do you keep allowing it then? Why you keep putting yourself in that position?
I'm so stressed all the time. I'm going to have a heart attack before I turn 30.
Okay, power in the tongue. You're going to have a heart attack before you turn 30.
And now I don't know why I'm telling strangers on the internet that
I don't know why you is either.
Fucking a failure or whatever.
Oh, wow. Did you just hear what she said? Hold on. So you doing all this crying on the internet just to turn around and say, I don't know why I'm telling all the strangers and stuff like that. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and this is no disrespect, but I just gotta be flat out. These people be emotional narcissists online. They want the whole world to feel sorry for them when they keep putting. Basically, you heard her. She's putting herself in this position. I could see if it was like a one-time thing, and it's the first time something like this ever happened to you, and they just like, you did your job and they were supposed to pay you knowing that you got to use that same exact check towards your rent, but they've been avoiding you, avoiding your calls, avoiding your texts, and you just don't know what else to do at this point. Like, I could see that, but you saying this has been constantly happening. They keep doing you the same way. Now you talking about, I've been so stressed out lately to the point where I feel like, I'm going to have a heart attack before I turn 30. Like,
attack before I turn 30. And now I don't know why I'm telling strangers on the internet. They're just gonna tell me that I'm fucking a failure or whatever.
so you crying because you see what I'm saying? Emotional narcissism. The thing is, she feels like if no one agrees with her, then everybody is going to believe that she's a failure. Do you not know how many people probably believe that I was a failure? They probably believe that I'm still a failure, but guess what? I don't care what nobody think about me. I don't care about what nobody think about this YouTube channel. I saw somebody come in here, they said some stupid shit, whatever. You got your ass put up out of here, so it is what it is. I don't care. What we need to value every day of our lives is our life. That's what matters the most. But people, they get online and they go on these rants and they do this like emotional narcissistic stuff because they want the whole entire world to feel bad for them, blah blah blah. I get it, we all go through stuff, but a lot of these people that's going through it now and that's going on these rants and they crying and stuff like that, is because they ain't never really been through no struggle for real. They've never had to, and you know what? That's bad. That's why I be grateful for the struggle that I went through when I was younger, and I'm grateful for the struggle that I had to go through as an adult as well. Because I had my experience. I know what it feels like to struggle. I know what it feels like to be homeless. I know what it feels like to have nothing, you know. Meanwhile, you got other people that pretty much had it all their whole entire lives and everything. And then ever since Trump got in office, now they just struggling. They struggling, everybody crying, which I understand. Like, yes, it is a struggle that we are experiencing as the people right now. But it's like, dang, this is what happens when you never been through a struggle before. This is what happens. This is exactly what happens. You definitely must have came in a little late. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Life is a struggle. Life be what people say. Life be lifing. Yeah, it do. But see, that's what happens when you live your life every day and all you do is work, 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 work. You never had to miss a bill because all your bills was paid. You've been set your whole entire life. You've been straight. You've been good. You had a steady income. But then as soon as prices started skyrocketing, rent started going up, groceries, bills, all of that, now you breaking down crying and you don't know what to do. You've never been through anything like this. You have never experienced this before. Well, I mean, it is the first time experience. I mean, it's the first time. What is it? Damn, y'all. Man, look, I don't forget what I was about to say. You know, it was a first time experience for me when I had to experience the struggle and homelessness as an adult. That was a first time experience for me. Was I crying and stuff? Of course I was, but I ended up accepting it and I got used to it. Yeah, it was what it was. And honestly, I was more happier than anything. Homeless and struggling and happy as I don't know what. And it sounds crazy, but you got to understand that all of this other stuff is just materialistic stuff. Materialism, and it's going to be here and it's going to keep being here. And when you leave, it ain't going to go with you. That's the thing. When we leave this earth, none of this stuff, this rent, these bills, the house that you live in, the car that you drive, the job that you work, all of that, the ring that you got on your finger from your marriage, all of that, it's not going to go with you. That's the thing.
Hey, okay. Oh, hey, all right.
All right, I don't like this part, so let me rewind. I'm going to fast forward. Yeah, a lot of people, they would pay to stay alive if they had to. It's a lot of people on this earth that is afraid of death. They are afraid to leave this earth. you know, they didn't became too accustomed to earthly possessions to the point where they just want to stay alive and they want to keep living on. That's the problem. Everybody feels like they believe that they're immortal. They don't think that they can ever die. That's the thing. And that's crazy. I do not like this because these some actors that's right here, and I'm trying to get to the real part.
Like you can see there.
Okay.
Grocery with a very poor.
You got a little barbecue, right?
Let's buy grocery with a very poor person with only $40 for the rest of the month.
Okay, she said, let's buy groceries with a very poor person with only $40 left for the rest of the month. Now, the rest of this, I didn't see none of this, so this is my first time looking at the rest of this stuff and listening to it with y'all.
Let's see if I'm going to save some money at Dollarama. Like you can see, there's a lot of chips and candies, and I'm not going to buy these because I'm trying to lose weight. Despite my circumstances, I'm trying to eat as healthy as possible. So let's go for this. These are really cheap. That I do approve. Some rice, I do approve it because it's good for my school lunch. If I forget to make a lunch or I'm too busy to make some supper. Look at this, how expensive.
So basically, she only has $40 to survive off of for the rest of the month. She said that she's really poor. And she's going down the aisle where there was nothing but chips and candy. She says she would prefer not to touch none of that stuff because she's trying to lose weight. So she's getting stuff like Campbell's chicken noodle soup, packages of rice, chicken bouillon.
It's less expensive in the other store. Anyway, I need some sugar because I'm maybe going to do a banana bread because I have some flour. Obviously, I need bread. For that, I agree. It's a good deal. So, yeah.
So she got bread, sugar. Y'all know what's crazy? I'm going to be honest with you, man. I wish I had kept the receipt. So my husband went to the grocery store the other day. Literally got four little ass items that was $40, bro. $40. And it wasn't something that's unhealthy as hell. It wasn't something that was expensive. It was just, I couldn't believe it. $40 damn dollars for a box of crackers, 2 TV dinners. What was it? It was something else. I forgot. And they talking about $40.
Lot of ramen soup. I'm definitely not going to lose weight if I eat these, but I mean, if I don't have anything to eat, I'm definitely going to get those in case I have a day with no food. So yeah, let's get another one. I was looking at the web.
Honestly, I would say that like monthly. If you ask me when it's time to get groceries, bro, the groceries is what will break your damn pockets. It ain't never used to be like this. Of course it didn't. Because we living in the end times now. So yeah, of course, groceries is everything is gonna skyrocket. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. None of us have. So I'm already knowing that next year we better expect the worst. Everybody is probably gonna have a very hard time trying to get something from the grocery store. Real talk. I mean, it has got so ridiculous to the point where you can't even get something for the week, a meal that can last you for the week. Because if you try to get a meal that's gonna last you for a week, you're gonna be coming out of your pocket over almost $300 just for one meal. It used to be a point in time where I can literally get a meal that I could fix for the house, and I would be spending at the most, maybe $100, but majority of the time I would be spending between 75 to 85 bucks. Now it's like, damn, if you want a meal that's gonna last you for a whole week that you can make in the house, you definitely gonna be spending an arm and a leg, and that's a shame because it's like you spend about $200 a week on groceries.
Weight of that tuna, there's something wrong about it. I think it's very light. But anyway, I'm going to take 3 of them because why not? And I love tuna.
Tuna, yeah.
So yeah, when I came back home.
See, let me tell y'all another way that we've been trying to do different as well when going grocery shopping. What we do is everything that we already have in the house, like if you got cans of tuna, if you need something to go with your tuna, like, mayo, bread, crackers, something like that, I highly suggest whenever it's time for you to go to the grocery store and you got the money to get to the grocery store, get something that you can add on to what's already at home. This is how it can potentially help you stretch. Sometimes you just gotta make it work, man. You got some doggone noodles in the house. Get you some old noodles or whatnot to add on to the noodles that you got. Get you a gallon of water if you can't afford a case of water. Get you just basically if you got some spaghetti noodles, maybe get you a jar of spaghetti sauce, or maybe get you some Italian dressing. I remember back when I was younger and we used to struggle, man, when we had spaghetti noodles in the house. My mom would just put the spaghetti in the pot, the noodles in the pot, and being that she couldn't really afford to get a jar of spaghetti sauce, she would get Italian dressing and just, pour it on the spaghetti noodles, man. Toast you some bread, and there you go. Sometimes you just gotta make it work. You'll be all right. It's food.
Oh, I saw there was a scam, but anyway. So I'm going to take a very unhealthy breakfast because why not? It's better than nothing.
I mean, you just said that you wasn't about to do nothing unhealthy, but okay.
Looking a little bit around to see if there was other stuff, and that's what I brought. And I go home. Woohoo! I pay around $18.
Okay, so what?
Okay, so she went to the dollar store to get all of that, and all she had was $40 that can last her for the rest of the month, and she came out spending 18 bucks. You said let's keep it a buck. Having a link card was a discount. Now it ain't no difference than buying restaurant food and buying groceries with cash. Facts. I'm sure a lot of people get food stamps right now. A lot of people. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's people out there that is literally in dire need of food stamps. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, of course we all got food stamps right now, but damn, if that don't even help. I'm telling you, it seemed like every time it get like towards the end of the month, it's like link almost gone. Now you down to about 30 bucks, 20 bucks on there. Now you got to figure out, all right, what can I add on with this? But you got to be careful how you spend it. You literally cannot touch it really unless you really have to. And there's people out here, these females out here, they still go buy junk food, snacks and all of that, candy and chips and all this unhealthy stuff. Then they turn around and they complain and they say, oh yeah, it's so hard out here, blah blah blah. Then they end up doing fraud because they can't take it no more. They can't take it no more. But I just want to say, like, I mean, it has gotten to a point where at once upon a time, food stamps used to be very useful. It's very helpful. But now it got to the point where it don't even really help. It don't. Then you got people that try to come at the people that got food stamps. Well, at least you get food stamps. Well, just like you, food stamps at this point is literally equal to having money actual cash on hand. That's how bad it has become. Because it's pretty much like you spending, if you wasn't to get any food stamps and you had cash on hand and you had $100, it's similar to using your food stamp card at this point. That's how expensive everything is, you know? But like I said, the best way to try to make it work is to add on to everything that you already got at home. Everything that you have at home, if you want to make a meal and you want to make something work, just add on to that.
What does it mean to be broke
Literally
in America
the same.
in 2025? Dirty. Be broke.
Okay,
I
here's
pay around
another.
$18.
Okay, so
Here's another woman. She said, broke people have feelings. Okay, let's hear what she got to say.
what does it mean to be broke in America in 2025? Dirty, basic, regular, homeless. Oh, she wear the same outfit. Why your hair not done? You don't have on no makeup. Wear your nails. Wear your drip. I just want people to realize that the brokest person you know don't look like me, boo. The brokest person you know is too busy keeping up with the Joneses to scream for help as they drown underwater of a lifestyle that they cannot sustain nor keep up. You can't make me feel bad for living within my means. You can't make me hate myself like you would hate yourself in the same situation. Like, I love me. I'm so thankful that I don't need hair and nails and lashes and eyebrows. Like, I'm so glad that I'm not seen right now. And not because my self-esteem is low or because I believe those things about myself, but because I simply want to be in this moment. And I really want to know who I am in this moment so that I'm better able to recover in the future and prepare for a moment like this in the future.
Facts. I can definitely agree with her. For sure on that. You know, for instance, so basically she's homeless, living in a car, and she's saying that people try to judge her for the way that she looks. Why you keep wearing the same outfit? Why you don't have on lashes? Why you don't have a wig on? Why you like why are you looking like that? Like she said, honestly, a lot of people they try to live above their means. That is the problem in today's world. People try to live above their means. Look at these content creators. Some of them they try to act like they rich as I don't know what. They live like they rich, and then the whole time it comes out that they're really not. They end up saying stuff like, and after this, we actually gonna look at a video of one of these content creators that pretty much admitted or claims to be broke. You know, um, so yeah, I can honestly say that when I was homeless before living in a car, I didn't care about what nobody thought about me. I didn't give a damn. What people thought about me was not on my mind whatsoever. Yes, I went to gyms and stuff like that to go take a shower, or I would literally have to sneak in the gym because I didn't have a membership. So I would sneak past, and then if they was to catch me, which they never did, I already had a plan. My plan was going to be to tell them like, hey, look, I'm homeless. I just need to take a shower, please. That's all I want to do. As a female, as women, we have to wash ourselves up, okay? Because if you don't, you already know. Okay? Um, I didn't care about wigs and weave and none of that. I didn't care about my nails being done, none of that. As long as I was clean and my clothes was, that's all I cared about. It would be times where I would have to wash my clothes inside of the shower at the gym and then take my wet clothes to a laundromat where they got free drying and just dry my clothes and stuff like that. It was times where it was a little too hot, and when I say too hot, that means that the staff from the gym would be on my ass. So if they was looking out and on the lookout for me, watching out, like watch that girl, she gonna try to sneak past. Then my other plan was to go inside of a bathroom of a gas station or a Walmart and take a wash up. Simple as that. Gotta make it work. Gotta wash myself up. Didn't care. I did not stand in front of the mirror while everybody was washing their hands and wash myself up. Actually, what I would do is I would go into Walmart when it first opened, early, bright and early in the morning when there's no one there. Try to be as quick as I can, or I will wet my towel, go in the bathroom stall, and wash myself up. Simple as that. I just simply did not care about how nobody felt about me. Period. Because you ain't got to be homeless with me. You feel me? Finally, a normal person.
On the internet a little while ago and said some of y'all
For a moment like this in the future.
Okay, here is another guy. I guess he's saying that he's too broke to date, but let's hear what he got to say.
Someone got on the internet a little while ago and said some of y'all are too broke to date, and she got crucified by it. And now that I'm a pretty datey guy, it's been a couple years and all that, I could quite honestly say, yeah, motherfuckers be too broke to date. I'll be too broke to date sometimes. Like, as in right now, as in today. What's today, the 15th? Yeah, I'm too broke to date. My date budget is spent for the month. I cannot go on not one more date this month. It would impact my lifestyle. When I think back about conversations surrounding dating, I think, yeah, they were too broke to date. Motherfuckers was online talking about, is $200 too much to spend on a first date? And it was a big conversation. Everybody like, damn, fuck, you took the bitch on a cruise? You buying pussy at that point, what the fuck? When in actuality, if I could get a date for less than $200 at this point, I ain't blessed, fam. If I could get a date less than $150, I'ma jump in the air and click my fucking heels together the way shit going. If you don't drink,
if you are sleeping in a position like this, you are wrecking
I'm not gonna lie, like,
your body and your brain.
man, I'm telling you, bro, people really be irritating. They be so.
You probably could get away with it. But if you drink and you go to an okay spot, you damn near can't get 2 lemon drops a piece and something to eat for less than $200. I don't know if that should be a conversation about inflation or liquor prices, but something got to give. And I'm just being honest, I go on broke ass dates from time to time. I could go on a date and get away with spending about $85, right? But if you want to go on a good date, not a great one, we're not looking for the best impression, just a good impression. Let the vibes carry the rest. If you want to go on a good date, I don't see how you're going on a good date and getting a couple drinks and spending less than maybe $150. It's damn near impossible. People who are too broke to date and that are going to combat what I'm saying are so fucking funny to me. They're going to be like, what? What's wrong with a picnic date? It's 45 degrees outside, actually. Well, we could just go to the movies, sneak a bottle in there. Okay, woo, he's 16 years old all over again. How many movies you want to see? How many movies you going to see this year? It's not that many good movies, man. I ain't going to lie. Every day going to be to the cinema, huh? Sounds good in theory, doesn't it?
Hey, Tim.
What is, like, huh? First of all, I don't even understand why. What's up, Kalan? I think I remember you from yesterday. First of all, I don't even know why this clip was added into this type of clip. Into this type of video. Because this dude, he talking about, you ever been too broke to go on a date? He's talking about being too broke to go on a date. If you're broke, the furthest thing from your mind would be going on a date. He talking about some, oh, well, I believe that I've been going on a little too many dates, so, and it's like, dude, so basically different women with different area codes, that's your type of thing at this point, while you're broke. I don't know what to say about that one. He's worried about all the wrong stuff. You claim that you broke, but you really not, and then you feel like you're too broke to go on a date. I don't get it, so whatever. What's up, one of a kind?
Sounds good in theory, doesn't it?
Hey TikTok, I hope everyone had an amazing day today. I have a question.
And before we go to this next lady right here, I just want to say, people, they minds is just so gone. I mean, the like, oh my gosh, bro, people don't even make sense anymore. They just be saying anything. I guess they may not make sense to me because I escaped the Matrix a long time ago. So I guess a lot of stuff don't make sense to me anymore. Things that probably would have made sense to me like 3-4 years ago, it don't make sense to me no more. And it's like, why are you worried about a damn date if you broke? I'm just saying.
TikTok, I hope everyone had an amazing day today. I have a question. Where is everybody getting all this extra money from to shop on the TikTok shop? It blows my mind. Everyone's selling all these whimsical, cute, some of the things are really nifty and neat, but who has extra money? Who has money for
That I highly agree with because, people, they have a shopping addiction. And when I tell you, they be on Temu and TikTok shop, however you say it, all day long just buying stuff. But y'all be the main ones complaining about how everything is just so expensive. How groceries, oh, I forgot. You got people in this world that like to live above their means. They have a point to prove. I forgot. Everybody is chasing the image, so they need to look good.
air fresheners for their car? Pretty soon we're going to be using like dryer sheets to put in our car.
Shit, take it from me. I had to use dryer sheets in my car, man. I ain't gonna ain't no shame in my game. What's wrong with that? Shit. What's wrong with that? It's actually better than air freshener, especially if you get the right dryer sheets. Man, I'm telling you, air freshener, I ain't never bought it again to hang it up in the over the mirror or whatnot. Because me and my husband one time, I just decided to put dryer sheets into the vents, like insert it in the vents and turn the air on and just let it flow through. And then stick some dryer sheets in the seats of the car. Man, I'm telling you, when you open your door, your car gonna smell amazing. Put it up underneath the mats in the car. Man, I'm telling you, I didn't use another air freshener again after that.
Instead of air fresheners and instead of hair bows, we're going to have to use like old shoelaces to tie our hair up in.
I don't have a problem with that either. Using shoelaces, look, take it from me, the person that wouldn't even mind right now going to a thrift store.
If the trend in this economy continues, like who has extra money for little fun, frivolous things? I don't. I really wish I could help people and just click on the orange card and make a purchase. But no, not in this economy. I can't do it. No frivolous purchases. Anyone else? Anyone?
The brokest shit you've ever done.
We used to eat hot dogs with bread instead of buns. Put some cheese on top because we had no ketchup.
Yep.
He said, what's the brokest shit you ever done? Dude said, eat hot dogs with bread instead of buns. And since we didn't have any ketchup, put cheese on it. Like, that's the brokest thing you ever done?
Spaghetti with pancake sauce because I didn't have money to buy sauce.
God damn.
Yeah. Brokest shit you've ever done.
Take cigarette butts out of an ashtray. I didn't know who smoked.
He said, I picked cigarette butts out the ashtray. And what he say? Let me hear that again.
God damn.
Yeah. Brokest shit you've ever done.
Take cigarette butts out of an ashtray. I didn't know who smoked.
I've done that too.
Really?
Yeah.
For real?
Motherfucker, yeah. When I first started smoking, I wasn't even of age, so I couldn't go buy a pack.
So the question
question of the day is, what is the brokest shit you've ever done? And I'm not talking about.
Oh, so I guess is this a trend or something on TikTok? Look, I got a TikTok account, but I haven't been on there since what, February. I'm probably about to delete that because I don't like TikTok. I don't care for it. It is what it is. I just don't like it. Um, but I guess this is a trend that's going on. It's called what is the brokest thing that you have ever done? The brokest thing that I've ever had to do is exactly what I explained to y'all. Yeah. Wash up in a Walmart in a gas station bathroom because I didn't have access to a shower or a bathtub. Sleep in the back seat of my vehicle or lean the seats, the front seats back and recline them and go to sleep and we put garbage bags up to the window so couldn't nobody see inside the car. That's the brokest thing I ever done. Yeah.
About no basic shit
Right.
like scanning a PS5 as a banana or filling up a cup full of snacks.
Hold on, wait, what?
You've ever done. And I'm not talking about no basic shit like scanning a PS5 as a banana or filling up a cup full of snacks in the gas station so it only costs $1. That's basic shit. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about not scanning your meat at the store and then just walking out with it and not paying for it. No, what's the brokest thing you've ever done? I'll go first. I've been broke. I didn't have my dick so far in the mud before that bitch didn't almost touch hell. I would say some of the brokest things I've ever done before, I'm not gonna lie. Door dashing. Oh my God. And I know there's some people who do DoorDash as a side hustle.
These is the type of people that really be irritating because it's like, so basically you trying to call DoorDashers broke. You know what I'm saying? Because you saying that the brokest thing that you ever done was become a DoorDasher.
I'm not gonna lie. Door dashing. Oh my God. And I know there's some people who do DoorDash as a side hustle. No, I've had to do DoorDash literally to survive. That is the brokest shit I've ever done in my life. Like that.
First and foremost, okay, all right, hey, you saying that that's the brokest thing that you ever done? Okay, well, welcome, Thomas. You said, what did you say? Well, for me, the brokest thing that I ever did was have to accept that I was broke because it just was not my time. Facts. Same facts, because we was broke together, you know, homeless together. It be like that. But this dude is trying to say the brokest thing he's ever done is DoorDash because he had to live off of DoorDash. I've been there, bro. And you want to know something? The worse than DoorDash was actually Postmates because you don't really make nothing doing Postmates. I was literally bringing home like 12 bucks. 12 bucks. I wasn't really making nothing, but I was bringing something because I didn't have nothing before that. So, I mean, it is what it is.
That shit is fucking miserable. And it's even worse when you have to get like an oil change or you have to get gas or something.
Yeah, I can say that, doing these delivery jobs and stuff like that is, let me tell you something. I've done damn near every delivery job that you could think of instead of Uber Eats and Grubhub. Those are the only two that I probably have not done. But I have been on damn near every delivery platform there is. And when I tell you that I highly recommend that you do not use your vehicle to do any deliveries. And if you do, I would say maybe use your vehicle like twice a week. Depending on how much you like to do delivery driving and stuff. Use your own vehicle maybe twice a week, if that. But don't touch your car because it will break your car down to the ground. For real. Like, I mean, take it from me. DoorDash messed my vehicle up. Doing DoorDash simply, just doing DoorDash. I mean, and then like the sad part about it is they don't offer, not even just DoorDash, Amazon Flex. If you do Amazon Flex, bro, your vehicle is gonna be toe up from the floor up. I highly recommend to anybody that's probably like, so I mean, getting a vehicle, it costs money, blah blah blah. Well, I would say there's a ride sharing company. What's the name of it? Zipcar. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Zipcar. Trial Zipcar. A lot of people use Zipcar for running errands and stuff like that. But I think if you want the vehicle for over like 4 to 5 hours or something, it's gonna cost probably like $100, maybe 130, maybe that. But it's better than using your car because they are not gonna compensate you when your car breaks down. That's it. That's all. You gonna still have your job. That's the thing. But you ain't gonna have your car. That's the for real. Postmates. See, back when I was doing Postmates, it was 2019. And I wasn't really making nothing on that platform. It was just literally, I wasn't really getting that many orders at the time. I see that now Postmates is partnered through Uber Eats or something like that. But it wasn't like that back then. You know? I wasn't making that much. I was like really surprised because a lot of people would use Postmates. I wasn't really getting that many orders. But yeah, I mean, he's saying the brokest thing he's ever done is do DoorDash. Honestly, you make more money on DoorDash than you do with Postmates, if you ask me. You said Jose says I was fired from Uber for defending myself against a pregnant woman. I was fired from Instacart because a woman lied and said that I did not put her groceries on her doorstep. And I took a picture and Instacart got the picture and everything. They saw the groceries there, but this lady made up a lie trying to say that her groceries was not placed on the doorstep. I contacted the lady and told her like, "Hey, you're going to have to grab your groceries because you have the sprinkler." I told her, I asked her to turn the sprinkler off at first. I was not about to get wet and I didn't want her groceries to get wet. But I dodged the sprinkler, ended up on the doorstep, and I put her groceries right there. She lied. I feel like she was just upset at the fact that I told her to turn her sprinkler off, you know? And I got fired the very next day. And I was on the Instacart platform for 9 months. And honestly, with Instacart, it was some good money. It was good money.
Something breaks in your car, your DoorDash, bro, you feel like the biggest scum bum of the earth. And not only is that the brokest shit I've ever done, I'm not gonna lie. There was a time where I was DoorDashing, and it was late. It was like 11 o'clock. The Lakers game had just came on. It's a Friday night. I'm like, fuck, I wish I was at home eating something good, watching a game.
Oh, don't tell me that you took their food and ate it, bro. Don't tell me you took the food and you ate it.
Broke DoorDash. Man, this nigga had an order. Mind you, I could tell he was not tipping, which it doesn't validate this. This still some broke shit. But I picked up this nigga order from Wingstop. He had my exact order to a fucking T. 15-piece traditional wings, fried hard, original buffalo, honey and hot, fries extra done with extra seasoning and a large sweet tea. I took that shit expeditiously and told DoorDash I got into a car crash. That's the brokest shit I've ever done. I was broke. I couldn't have bought that shit on my own. That shit would have fucked me up for the rest of the week. So I took his. All you gotta do is reorder it.
Well, okay. Y'all want to hear the truth? So when I first started working for DoorDash back in 2017, when I first got on the platform, I knew nothing about it. I had a friend of the family that had told me about it because they lived in another state and they was talking about how they make over $750 a week. So I was just desperate. I'm thirsty, right? So anyway, didn't know how it worked. I had to figure it out myself, but a lot of my dashes ended up downtown Chicago. And I'm telling you, the people that live downtown Chicago, they want you to risk getting a ticket or getting your vehicle towed to bring them their food all the way up to the 30th floor. These people live in real nice. They don't even want to meet you downstairs so that you can hand them their order. They want you to come up and deliver it to their door. And this is my first time, you know what I'm saying? I was just getting irritated. Plus, I was broke as hell and I was hungry. I didn't have nothing to eat. So yeah, I was taking people orders and I was saying that man, I was hitting something. I forgot what the hell I was. Oh, I was hitting delivered the see back then in 2017, DoorDash was completely different. You can literally mark that you delivered the order and that's that. And they will literally believe that you delivered the order as long as you right there in the vicinity of where you're supposed to drop it off at. So I was just hitting that I delivered the order the whole time I was, and I was eating their food. Okay, yeah, there you go. I did suffer some harsh consequences, and my ass got fired. I deserved it. Yes, I did. I deserved getting fired. I learned my lesson. And then years later, I ended up back on the platform. What was that? 2022. They hired me back. And they ended up firing me a year later because they decided to do a late background check on me and they saw something that they did not like on my background. So then they decided to fire me. I ended up getting compensated for that because I took it to the unemployment courts. Talking about unemployment courts. I took it to unemployment. You know, they try to say, like, well, if you are an independent contractor, you cannot get unemployment, which they did tell me that, but I appealed and I won the case because DoorDash lied and tried to say that I was never on their platform. Even though I had proof that I was because I was getting paid for being on y'all platform and I had the hiring letter and everything. So yeah. Um, but yeah, DoorDash, it was way better than Postmates, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I wasn't making nothing but freaking what, $80 a day? $80 a day, if that. I mean, and it's really hard to save that for the week because it's like you gotta put gas in your car because you dashing all day. I would literally dash from sun up to sundown and just come up with $80 after that. Which technically, if you ask me, it really wasn't nothing because you got to put gas in your car. You got to make sure that you eating. Also, you got other things that you got to get done. So yeah, but it was better than coming home with $12 from Postmates.
That shit would have fucked me up for the rest of the week. So I took his. All he got to do is reorder.
The fact that people have to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs to just make a living and pay their bills and just eat and survive is just insane. And it's to the point that it's just like, what are we going to do about this? Because this cannot continue to go on like.
It's gonna continue to go on. Sorry, sweetheart. I know that, you know, a lot of y'all believe in y'all minds and stuff like that. Well, I mean, we all will hope that it will get better, but please understand that we are living in the end of times, the end of days. And everything that was once normal is no longer normal anymore. As time goes on, this world is going to become a lot more stranger. People are going to become a lot more weird and strange. These jobs that we work in and all this extra stuff all this stuff is going to become weird and strange. Your bills is too. You're going to be looking at your bill like, hold on, I don't even keep my lights on as much. How is my bill $450? How did it go from $80 a month to $450 a month? You better learn how to live without them doggone lights. That's what we be doing. I do not turn no lights on unless I really have to around here. But I keep the window, the blinds open, you know. Make sure you get you some candles from Dollar Tree or something. Get you some candles for $1 from Dollar Tree. Light them candles up. Man, I'm telling you. Use the flashlight. Use a flashlight or something. But see, a lot of people, when I talk about stuff like this, people that don't like to accept the struggle, they don't want to accept that. They like, girl, please, bye. Girl, bye. You probably don't even keep your blinds up like you say you do. I know you be having your lights on. I mean, sometimes I turn my lights on, but not all the time. I do not keep the lights on all day long. If there's sunlight able to come inside of your home, I highly recommend that you lift up your shades and lift up the blinds or do whatever the hell you got to do to keep some light coming in so you don't have to turn your lights on. If you afraid of your gas bill steady going up and stuff like that, how about you just learn how to minimize cooking all the time? Someone says solar panels are the best. I heard. What's up, Snow Paper Jeanette?
And they work at 2 jobs, barely being at the house that they pay for. They go to work, they sleep for 2 hours, and they get up and go to another job, and then they go home, they take a shower, they eat, and then they go back to sleep, and they wake back up in a couple of hours, and they go back to another job. Like, that's not okay. Like, that's not okay for our bodies. Like, nobody cannot continue to be healthy if they're working that much or being in that type of environment. Like, that's just not good. Like, we could barely afford stuff. Like, people are really, like, struggling, like, real life struggling. Like, this has been the worst. It's the worst time to get your own place. It's the worst time for any of that just to be a young adult right now, because nobody has had it this bad. Like, no parent, aunt, grandpa, grandma has had it to where it's this expensive for them. We got it like that though. Then when you get in an apartment, they want you to make 3 times the rent. Sometimes even some places be saying 4 times the rent. How do y'all expect people to do that and then still rest and live in the place that they paying for, like, comfortable? How? They're always going. They're always making money and trying to work and make ends meet. Like, how are they supposed to, like, how are people really surviving? Like, it's just crazy to me. People are surviving on fucking less than 5 hours of sleep, less than 4 hours of sleep per day. Literally. Like, I literally know someone who, she was just like, she worked 16 hours a day. Like, she literally worked 16 hours and then went home, took a nap, got back up, and had to go to work again to another job. Like, that's not okay, bro. Then, bro, people with kids got it way worse. I don't even want to know how they living and how they doing, because the people with kids really, like, you got bills, you got your kids' expenses, you got your kids, like, some people have their kids at daycare, you got all these type of expenses, like, that's going up, like, daycare going up because they probably got to go up because they got to make a living as well. So it's just like, damn, like, how is everybody surviving? Like, especially if you got kids, you got an actual family, like, then you don't got time to spend with your kids. You always working. Like, then the food that you can't even fucking eat. Like, even if you're trying to eat healthy, the food is fucking high, so expensive. Like, everything. Like, how? You know.
Okay, I can agree with her. I can highly agree with everything that she's saying. I don't know if y'all hear what she's saying, because however she made it to where she was talking real fast. But basically, she's saying that she does not understand how people can work 2 and 3 jobs every day. And she said that she knows a girl that works 16 hours a day. She goes to work for 16 hours, goes home, takes her a nap, wake her ass back up, and go right back to work for another 16 hours throughout the whole entire week. Then she said, I don't even want to know how it is when you got kids and you trying to work 2 to 3 jobs, because you got the expenses for the kids, you got living expenses, you got this bill, you got that bill, you got to make sure it's groceries in the house, and then you could barely make sure it's groceries in the house. Then she explained how she doesn't understand how people can work so much that they don't have time to sleep. And that right there is the number one thing to me. I just want to say this. This is exactly why I said me and my husband had to opt out of the matrix. And we had to literally get it together up here, okay? Why she don't understand is because she thinks different from everyone else. She thinks similar to how me and my husband think right now, you know, versus how we thought a few years ago. We probably would have felt like working 2 and 3 jobs was worth it. But honestly, it's not. Because what matters most, your life and you getting some rest and getting some sleep, or working a damn job? I don't understand it either. How can you work 2 and 3 jobs? I'm not about to do it. If that one job ain't helping, so be it. I ain't finna pick up another one either. Because I got children, I got a child to tend to. I'm not about to keep working, work till my body break down, till my body hurt. I can't do it. I'm not even about to let my husband do it, because see, that's the thing. A lot of these women out here too, they force work on their husbands, and their husbands be afraid to leave. You know what I'm saying? Because they like, man, I gotta keep working, because if I don't work, I'm gonna lose my wife. I'm gonna lose my marriage. And it's like, bro, if this woman is telling you, you better get up so you can go to work, and you just got off of work, but you know you got 2 jobs, but you extremely tired of working. You tired. But you feel like if I don't work, I'm going to lose my wife. My marriage is going to go downhill. Then she ain't the one for you, bud. Okay? She's not the one for you, because ain't no damn way that any man should be with a woman that's forcing you to work 2 jobs and 3 jobs if you don't want to. Real talk. A lot of these men be so weak in the mind. They just so weak. It's like, I gotta work. I gotta work. If I don't work, I'm gonna lose my wife. If you don't feel like working, don't. Okay? If she feel any type of way, it is what it is. It is what it is. Is it about her or is it about you? Are you gonna put her first before you put yourself first? Because see, a lot of people, they don't think that, their life is worth living. Damn, they don't feel like their lives are worth living, so they overwork the hell out of themselves, and they keep working and they keep working. Then they turn around and they end up complaining. Oh my God, I don't want to go to this job. I'm tired of working. Oh my God, I'm tired of paying bills. I'm tired of living paycheck. Well, shit, you ain't got to, so give it up. I'm just saying, everyone's life is worth living. That's the thing. It is. But you got people out here that don't believe that their life is worth living. So, people be suicidal as hell. I'm gonna be honest with you. They be so suicidal that they afraid to take themselves out, so they want the job to do it for them. So that's why they overwork the hell out themselves and they keep working till their body break down. I'm telling you, I know people like this. I'm telling you right now. And right now, they got a lot of health conditions. And now they're afraid to die. They feel like, I don't want to die. I just, my body, my legs and my arms and my neck. People will work themselves to death, literally. Work themselves to death. I'm telling you. You not know how many people work so hard that they ended up in the grave? And it's because people are so full of pride that they too prideful to leave their job, to lose their job, because they feel like, no, I gotta pay my bills, I gotta pay my rent, I gotta pay my car note. But you tired of working though, but your body hurt, but you in pain. So what come first, the damn job or you? I'm just saying. You say I understand, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Shit. Not me. It's an option for me. I understand that, yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do. You gotta pay this. But if you don't feel like going to a job, right? It's such a difference, man, to me. It is. Like, you got people that are very passionate about what they do at work. So a lot of people actually like going to work. But if you don't want to go to work and you tired of working and your body hurt and your neck, you going to work with a damn crook in your neck. You talking about, yeah, I just want to let you know I got a crook in my neck so I can barely do anything. You still working though. Still. You done broke your damn wrist and you got a cast on your hand and you still at work. Still. I've watched people end up in positions where their health was on the line because they did not care about their own life, their health, and they put a job before it. I am not about to do that, okay? You can miss me with that. My health come first. And if you want to fire me because I got a doctor's appointment, deuces. Deuces. See you later. Go find you somebody else that's willing to do all that, because not me. If you want to fire me because my child come first before this job, bye. It is what it is. See you later. If you want to fire me because my life come first before this job and I'm going through a lot and I need to get my mind right before I could come back to work, so I had to call off, and you don't care, you want me here at work, see ya. Me personally, I don't care about a 2 weeks notice or none of that, because these jobs ain't gonna give your ass no 2 weeks notice when they ready to fire you. They just gonna fire you on the spot. You gone, right? no 2 weeks notice in. If I feel like I don't like this job no more, I'm gone. I'm clocking out. See you later, alligator. Well, I might even go as far as to walking up to the supervisor and say, hey, I need to talk to you for a minute. You got those supervisors that'll be like, hold on, catch me on lunch. All right, see you. Bye. Clocking out. You will not see me tomorrow, the next day after that, the next day after that. Just make sure y'all got my check for me. I'm just saying. Yeah, still working and the job cool with it too. You know, because a lot of y'all hide y'all health issues away from your job because you're afraid to lose your job. You afraid that your employer is going to look at you differently and your family and your friends is going to look at you differently for stopping work, for not going to work, because you're afraid of the judgment from the world. That is the problem with the world. Y'all are afraid of what others think about you. And it's not about what others think about you. It's what's best for you. Do what is best for yourself, not what's best for everybody else, man. Diego says, I have always said that as a manager, I've told employees don't worry about 2 weeks because we don't give you 2 weeks before we let you go. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. I've never in my life put in a 2 weeks notice on a job because they don't give a damn about me. What am I caring enough to say, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put my 2 weeks notice in and then, I'm not finna give you any type of notification. The notification that you will receive is when you do not see Danny present in her spot that she's supposed to be in Monday through Friday. You don't see me there, then you already know what it is. So, there you go. You said ain't a soul out here who received a 2 weeks notice before they got fired. Maybe a 5 minutes notice. You know what I'm saying? A 5-minute notice. That's all you gonna get. You know? I'm telling you, I done had a supervisor walk up to me simply because I had to go to the bathroom. That day, my stomach was hurting. And I was in and out the bathroom, steady going back and forth to the bathroom. I did not mind working the hours that I worked, which was 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. because I'm an early morning bird, real talk. So 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. was perfect hours for me. The job that I did, I didn't mind doing it. But then again, I didn't like when there were supervisors that was breathing down my damn neck for no apparent reason because I worked with my husband and we worked together and we were talking amongst one another just like everybody else. I'm not about to work a job where you're going to tell me that I can't run my mouth and I can't talk. I can't talk, but you can, and you over there lollygagging and you in your phone and you going to tell me, a grown-ass woman, stop talking? No, not about to happen. Now you got the wrong one, for real. So not only just that, but I had to use the bathroom and I was in and out the bathroom. I came back on the floor, and when I happened to come back on the floor, my team ended up going to break on a 10-minute break. And they said, well, you pretty much already had your break. I said, how did I have my break? You were in and out the bathroom constantly. I said, I am a grown ass woman, just like you. You are not about to tell me that I can't use the bathroom. If I got to go, I gotta go. What you want me to piss on myself? Boo-boo on myself? Is that what you want? She was like, I'm just saying, you just need to stay out of the bathroom so much. Well, you ain't gonna control my bowels. So you got a problem with that? Then hey, I don't know what to tell you. She was like, well, you can just leave then. I'm like, no problem. See ya. See, they don't like when you talk back to them and you tell them how you feel. They don't like that. They also don't like when you don't bow down to them. See, what she wanted me to say to her was, oh, please don't fire me. I need this job. Man, just like I found this job, I could find another one. And if I can't find it fast enough, oh well, I ain't about to do fraud. I ain't about to beg nobody for no money. I'm going to sit on my behalf until a job can hire me. That's what it is. And if the job hires me and if the job don't fit me when I get there, I'm gone. Simple as that, man. Oh, man, look. Y'all be just so afraid to lose a job. Y'all are afraid of what these employers will think about you when you got to give them your resume and when you got to say, oh yeah, about that, I've had a lot of jobs because I had a lot of bad, run-ins with these different employers. Y'all are afraid of that. I don't care about what nobody thinks about me. If you're not willing to give me a chance to work for your company and you don't want to hear none of my stories because you believe that they're sob ass stories, then oh well. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. It's the truth. It is the truth because I don't care about how nobody feel about me when it comes down to working a job, having a job, had a job, whatever the case may be. But just like she said, I don't see how people can work 2 to 3 jobs, to each his own. I'm going to just be 100. Do whatever you want to do. But me personally, on the outside looking in, I do not see how people can work two. I know people that's working 4 jobs right now. How? Damn, how do you get sleep? So you mean to tell me that every single day that you wake up, if you wake up, because you pretty much you might stay woke. I mean, if you get sleep, you probably get 1 or 2 hours of sleep. And then you walking around with big old bags under your eyes like this. Like, no, no. Please, for the life of me, understand that your life it comes first before a job do. Real talk. Y'all be y'all be allowing these people to overwork the hell out of you. And then y'all be afraid to clock out. If I clock out, then what? Then what? They gonna kill you? They gonna beat on you? Cause you simply want to clock out because you tired of working. But they gonna fire me. Well, let them fire you then. No, I can't get fired. I gotta pay my bills. I gotta pay this. But here come everybody else. They finna say, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Of course, you are doing what you have to do, but that doesn't mean that you are someone else's personal slave. That don't mean that they can talk down to you. That don't mean that they can overwork you when you tired as hell. That don't mean that they can make you stay at a job when you actually gotta go see about your children. That don't mean that your life don't come first. Y'all literally be allowing these employers to run over y'all and to make y'all do stuff that you don't want to do. Do you not know how many parents there is right now, literally, that's at work and they child want them home, but they afraid to take off of work. They're afraid to take that time out to be with their child. A lot of people really force themselves to go to work to stay away from their kids because they be tired of their kids. They tired of being parents even though they really not being parents. And your child raising him or herself at home by themselves. Well, you probably got a nanny or somebody that's taking care of them and you barely around because all you do is work. Family before employment. I'm just saying, bro. And I ain't talking about the family that don't give a damn about you and they just, you at work and they randomly calling you up. Yeah, we need you over here. Nah, you don't need me. You better go get somebody else. You ain't been calling me all this time. Now all of a sudden you want to call me? Nah, I'm talking about your immediate family, the family that you live with, the family that you love, that loves you back. There's no toxicity going on there. Talking about that type of family. You know, the family that you have where there is love, okay? Your children. So you don't think your children come first before a job? I just, but let everybody else tell it. Now I got to do what I got to do for my kids. That is excuses. For real. Being a parent, being a parent is worth more than having a job. Cuz these jobs don't give a damn about you. Real talk. If they care so much, then how come they don't make it convenient enough for you to be able to go get your child from school or drop your child off at school? How come? I'm just saying. Risking your child's milestones for a job, bro. People literally will not give a damn about their child growing up or anything because they always at work. All they do is work. But let y'all tell it, I'm making excuses. I'm lazy. I don't want to do what I got to do to put my best foot forward. Look, I've been there. I've been there and I learned my damn lesson. Real talk. Escape the matrix. That's the alternative. Escape the damn matrix. Get out of that mindset that a job is it rules over you, your life, your health, your well-being, your child's well-being, your children, your family. I'm just saying, get out of that mindset, man. This stuff is temporary. Real talk. And the longer that y'all live in that mindset, then the longer you're going to keep letting your employer and your job run over you. How I'm going to pay my bills. I mean, man, like I said, y'all got to get out of that mindset. What's this? So look, let me explain something to y'all. Because see, people, they intentionally will misunderstand everything that you're saying. What I'm saying right now only goes for the people that is tired of working multiple jobs, that is tired of working a job, that is tired. They are tired. You don't have to do it. This is to the people that wants to leave the job that they're working, but they're afraid to do it because they're afraid that, oh, if I stop, then my bills. Look, I've been there, real talk, and I had to make some sacrifices. But guess what? Guess who had my best interest? Guess who had my back? The Most High God. So when you get in that type of position, all you got to do is pray. Real talk. I'm just saying. Jamel says, I am one of those people. What, you one of those people that is afraid to lose your job? You one of those people that, I don't know what type of person you is. What are you saying? I'm just saying. He said it's fine if you guys want to put bills before yourself. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. I've been there, bruh. I've been there. I've been in that predicament. See, a lot of y'all don't like to take advice from people that actually been in these type of positions. Real talk. Real talk. Who provide for me? God. He was my provider. And I know a lot of y'all probably, it's crazy because it be the people that say, I believe in God. Yeah, I go to church every Sunday. Yeah, I have faith in God. But then y'all don't believe that he can provide for you. When I tell you I have been in the worst situations and there was like miracles that would happen. Real talk, man. This is not a lie. I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to y'all. I've been in these type of positions where I didn't know what I was about to do. But guess what? I accepted that. I accepted the fact that I ain't know what to do. I gave up. It is what it is. But one thing I never gave up on is praying. I prayed. And miracles would happen. You said, understood. If I stop working, my kids don't eat. Here we go. I'm not telling you to stop working. How can I force anybody to do anything? I'm talking to the people that are tired. You do not have to keep forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do. If you don't want to do it, why are you forcing yourself? Nobody's putting a gun to your head. Nobody's telling you to do it. It's an option. It is an option. Okay? It be like that, boy. The struggle is real. One thing for sure, I'm going to be 100. Me and my husband, we will go without our child. We'll make sure she eat. It's very important for our kids to eat. Real talk. I can go without. I do not care. And yes, recently we have been there because times is hard. It is. We don't care. As long as our daughter is eating, that's all that matters to us. Real talk. She good. She got something that she can eat on. We got food for her. She got all the food that she need. Real talk. She healthy. She straight. But yeah, I can honestly say over the last, 2-3 months, bruh, I probably lost like 30 pounds. 25 to 30 pounds. And he did as well. But we good though, because we in shape. And you know what's crazy? God is so good. Because I didn't want to be over 200 pounds anyway. That's the crazy part. My goal weight was actually 175. That's the crazy part. And I'm just grateful that I dropped all the way down close to 175 just from not eating, bro. Just from not eating. And my body got so used to it that I don't care about eating like that. Like, yeah, I will eat. You know what I'm saying? I eat one meal a day. It would be times where I eat like 3 meals a day. I'm eating once a day. I'm eating healthy at the same time and exercising. So yes, it actually was good for me to go through that. Go through that struggle. You said I didn't realize you had a husband, so he working? Why? Why? You see what I'm saying? Y'all just be so okay. You know what? I see what it is. It's the people that feel like I'm telling them wrong when they don't want to feel like what they're doing is wrong. And the thing is, y'all got it messed up. I'm not trying to make you feel like what you're doing is wrong. I'm trying to explain. I had to pause the video because I agree with what she's saying. I don't see how people can work 2 and 3 jobs every single day. Work one job, you wake up, go to the next job right after that, wake up, go to the next job after that. You barely have time for yourself. You barely got time to sleep. Your body breaking down, bones breaking down. You ain't got time for yourself. You ain't got time for your children. You tired of this, you tired of that, you tired of working, you tired. If you're tired, you have options and you can stop. A lot of y'all literally refuse to exit the matrix. That's the thing. And y'all make excuses to stay a part of the matrix. And then y'all try to come at somebody like me because y'all believe that, oh, she wrong. She trying to tell me that I need to stop because, oh, if I stop, I got it. Kids just won't eat. Bills won't. Dang, I got that much of an influence? You said, no, I'm agreeing with you. I did not realize you had money coming in. I'm trying to see, why is that such a, why is that a concern for you? I don't care if my account is $0. I don't care if I'm broke. And most importantly, I don't care if my husband is broke. I'm not about to force him to do something that he does not want to do. Because guess what? I'm not about to leave him if he decide that he don't want to go to work. He can work whenever the hell he want to work. And I can too. Because guess what? God still got us regardless. Y'all just be focused in on money too much to the point where money rules you. Money runs over you. Money controls you. I'm telling you, I used to have that mindset for real, man. And it took everything for me to stop thinking that way. This same exact lady that is saying she don't understand how people can work 2 to 3 jobs a day, she might still let money control her as well. It seemed like even the people with common sense still allow money to control them. That's how you know you're trapped in the matrix. Once you get out of that mindset and you stop caring so much about money and you don't give a damn about money, bills, and all of this temporary ass stuff, I'm telling you, you will be normal again.
The food is fucking high, so expensive, like everything, like, how?
You know, you go online and everyone says, oh, you gotta save, you gotta prepare for retirement, you gotta do this, and you gotta invest, and you gotta save 30% of your check. I've been working for like 30 years, and I just realized this morning, I don't have any savings. I got nothing. For 30 years, I've been paying bills, raising kids, and for like the last 10 or 15 years, paying child support. And at the end of the week, I got nothing left. I'm probably not the only one, but
hold on, I kind of got lost for a second. He said
kids 30 years.
Okay, let me rewind some more.
The food is fucking high, so expensive, like everything, like.
Okay, so I kind of got lost. All right, so this guy, he said, why is everyone so broke in 2025? Let's hear what he got to say.
You go online and everyone says, oh, you got to save, you got to prepare for retirement, you got to do this, and you got to invest, and you got to save 30% of your check. I've been working for like 30 years, and I just realized this morning, I don't have any savings. I got nothing. For 30 years, I've been paying bills, raising kids, and for like the last 10 or 15 years, paying child support. And at the end of the week, I got nothing left. I'm probably not the only one, but I'm not scared to admit it. Do I have a retirement? No. Do I have a savings account? What the fuck is that? I got no savings account.
For real.
I have a little extra money. At the end of the week, there's always a bill that I forgot to pay, or something in my car needs to be fixed, or you need tires, or you need to get in alignment. This whole thing about saving for retirement and putting money in a savings account, we're in 2025, man. Shit don't work that way.
It don't.
We don't got no money to save.
Nah.
And I don't think I'm the only one, but I think it's just the way the world is now, where things are so expensive, no matter how much you have, it's never enough. And there sure as hell ain't enough to save money. 30%, 20%? Nah, it's not possible. It's just not possible. And that just goes to show you there's something wrong with this whole system. If you can't even save money for a rainy day or save money for an emergency, then there's definitely something wrong.
Straight facts.
That's the problem. They gotta realize there's a problem, and they gotta find a way to fix the problem. Maybe by making things not as expensive, maybe by not making taxes so absorbently high, so people can actually enjoy when you get a paycheck and say, oh wow, I can pay some bills, I'm gonna put some money in my savings account, so I can save that for my kids' college education someday, or for when they turn 18 and want to buy a car. But sadly in 2025, there is no way to save. And this has been going on for years and years and years, because things just keep getting more and more expensive.
Exactly. And that's that. And see, this is exactly why I'm saying
we have got to the point where
well, if you want to believe the best is yet to come, then believe that. But actually, if you ask me, the worst is yet to come in 2026. Y'all already seen the executive orders that this president was signing off on and stuff like that. So just be prepared. You see what we going through in 2025. You see how expensive it is. Stuff is expensive. It's very hard to really save, because trust and believe, we've tried it before, and we literally had to dig right back into the savings, take that out, and next thing you know, and it seemed like every time we would try to put something towards the savings, we got to touch it, even when we try not to. So I mean, it is what it is. Save what? Save what? When you gotta do what you gotta do what you gotta do. It is what it is. You said maybe stop sending money to other countries and help our own people instead. People really believe that the United States is broke. They print money every day. They printing money. They printing billions and trillions of dollars. So I mean, they really just And then they just so selfish. Let's be 100. They selfish. They got all this money to send to other countries, but yet and still they still printing more and more and more money every day. And they're turning you into their own personal slaves, and they want your ass to slave on the clock. Wow, you don't even get what you work for, because when you do get your check, they taking all type of taxes and fees and stuff out. Then when it's time to file your damn taxes, either you owe or you don't really get what you expect. They stealing money from you. They still stealing. Even when you place orders on DoorDash, on Temu and all that, they stealing your money. All these different taxes and fees and all type of stuff, man. Go to the grocery store, get you some groceries. Taxes and fees. They taking from you. I'm just saying, bro, how is the United States of America in debt if they are still printing money every single day? They printing money. They printing trillions of dollars. I never believed that this country was in debt. I never believed that. Real talk. You said, but go ahead, pay them bills, make sure they print your check for the week. Hopefully they keep printing the money to control y'all. I'm just saying. Here we go. You already know what to do with these type of people, bro. I ain't finna play with you, bud. You can go play in somebody else's live stream. Y'all really be mad when I talk about stuff like this. Y'all really do not like to hear this stuff coming out my mouth. But I keep trying to say that I've been there. See, people really don't like to hear that still. They don't even when you try to explain to them like, man, I've been there. I was just like y'all. I was thinking just like y'all. It took a lot for me to really get out of that. To get out of that mindset. Real talk. It took some sacrifices. Man, it took some sacrifices. It took some isolation. It took some prayer. It took some like real deep diving into what's really going on. I'm just saying, bro. And then it took, most importantly, it took for me to really not give a damn about money. All it took was for me to have to experience homelessness. Real talk. For 2.5 years. All it took was for jobs to reject me no matter how many applications I fill out. Even with McDonald's. Even with Wendy's, Burger King, shit like that. Look, all it took was for me to have to deal with these different types of systems. You know? And I ain't gonna go all the way back into the systems that I had to deal with. One of the systems I'm still dealing with to this day. But all it took was for me to have to deal with things in order for me to understand that, okay, you know what? For the love of money is the root. I'm telling y'all, bro. I need to really pull up this Bible scripture. Y'all see, people keep making excuses to care about money. They make excuses to care about money. And I understand. Don't try to make me feel like I don't understand, because I do. I understand. Trust me. I have a child. I have children. I get it. I understand. Are y'all there? Exactly. R.I.P. Stephen Darby, bro. Stephen Darby has actually helped to wake me and my husband up out of this matrix. Shout out to him. Before he passed away, man, he really helped us. And it helped me to really understand that I'm in a matrix. I'm in a matrix up here. I'm stuck in a matrix. I keep caring about money. I keep allowing money to control me. These bills and stuff like that. At the time, you know, they were sending the bills to my email, sending the bills to my phone and stuff like that. You know, is this the same person? I think that's the same person under a different. People are so weird, bro. They get so mad when you talk about stuff like this. See, that's the demons. Real shit. That's the demons. I'll try not to cuss, though. But those are the demons. You know? See, they don't want you to talk about stuff like this because the demons, they reject stuff like this. They feel like this type of stuff is what she's saying is It's impossible. It's impossible to not care about money. Oh, okay, I get it. So basically you're saying don't care about money cuz if I care about money, then I'm not going to be able to pay my bills, not going to be able to. That's the thing, y'all, still in that mindset. Still in that mindset. Because in order to pay your bills, you need money. In order to feed your kids, you need money. This world is pretty much revolved around damn money. Okay? For the love of money is the root of all evil, and people allow money to corrupt their thinking. I really feel like you are the same one that was just on the other page that just said the same thing. You saying, I mean, you don't seem to understand how money even works. If you print more money, it causes inflation. I understand how money works. And how money works is it helps to corrupt people it helps corrupt thinking. It helps to make people fall in love with it to the point where they gonna tell me that I don't understand how money works. I understand how money works. I understand that for the love of money is the root of all evil. I really need to pull up this Bible scripture. Cause this is just Bible prophecy, man. Look at how many people, they love money so much. They love money that they feel like I'm telling them wrong. They feel like I'm the problem. I'm telling them wrong. This is crazy. But I understand because we living in the end times, and people, their souls are attracted, and their souls are married to the money. They married to the money. Don't matter. People be Christians. They go to church every single Sunday and they still in love. You not know how many Christians I know that is in love with money. Come on now. I was born and raised up in the church. Real talk. And I walked away and I left church when I turned 21. And I found God at home. Because even the pastor loves money. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil. See, people be like, the love of money is the root of all evil. No, no, no. For the love. For the love that you have. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Real talk. Real talk. Y'all lose faith in God with this love that you got for the money though. You know? And then it's like the guy said in this video that I played in one of the other live streams the other day, the homeless guy. I'm actually gonna have to play that one. Cause y'all really need to hear this wise man that's homeless, that schooled the whole world on money. You telling me that I don't know how money work, and it's a homeless person out here right now that really need money and he know exactly how it work? Ooh, Lord have mercy, man. These people, bro, I'm telling you, man, y'all really need to find God. Seriously, y'all gotta find God, bro. This is getting that ridiculous. And I told my husband, I said, I bet you when I do this live stream, watch how many people is finna try to tell me that I'm wrong. Which, okay, I get it. We all got opinions. Y'all are entitled to your own opinion, but you gotta understand that this is Bible prophecy. Real talk. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verses 10 tells you, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Y'all literally have allowed yourselves to fall so deeply in love with the money to the point where you don't know what you're going to do if you lose your job. You are in fear. See, the thing is, we're not supposed to fear. People live with fear in their hearts every day. Every day y'all live with fear, but y'all call yourselves Christians. Y'all love money so much that y'all don't know what to do without it. It took people like myself and my husband. I know y'all probably tired of me saying this, but I don't never get tired of saying that. Yes, I experienced homelessness for 2.5 years. And when I tell you, when we had to go without, when we had to accept that we just didn't have it. We didn't have no money. We didn't know how we was going to put gas in the car. We didn't know how we was going to do this, how we was going to do that. But God, they don't understand. They don't understand. Man, you said God bless you, your husband, and everybody in the chat. You got my like and God's love. I appreciate that, Albert. Appreciate it. I really hope that y'all will literally catch on before it's too late, man. See, people, they got too much pride in the way. And that pride that you have, that's gonna be the death of you. Real talk. Because pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. And people still don't even understand that to this day. When you tell a person that they got too much, go look at my video from yesterday when I talked about pride and narcissism in 2025. Real talk. It's like people got so much pride that they don't even realize that they are prideful. How am I prideful just because I'm trying to say that I need to pay my bills and my rent on time? Because you still worried about the money. That's the key word, worry. We are not supposed to worry. We are not supposed to be in fear. We're not supposed to care about none of this stuff. None of this stuff. It's all temporary, because when you leave, it ain't coming with you.
This has been going on for years and years and years because things just keep getting more and more expensive.
It is just so fucking frustrating because I'm so broke, and I'm broke because I keep taking days off, and I keep taking days off because I'm pushing my body far beyond its limit. And I'm pushing my body far beyond its limit because I have to take on jobs that require too much. And my jobs require too much because I'm not supposed to be working.
Do y'all hear this young lady? She's saying that her body is taking on too much because she's not supposed to be working. People say that they so tired. Stop, please. I'm telling you. Let me tell y'all something that nobody probably ever knew about me. After I had a baby, after I had my 4th child, I was homeless. It's a whole backstory behind that. I don't feel like going all the way into it. But, you know, I was living in the car, homeless. Me and my husband both. Now, we were forced to, this was at the time when we were still in the matrix. We were told, oh, go to work, just go to work, just get a job, just get a job. So we both ended up getting hired at this job. And mind you, I just had a baby. I was still postpartum. So I wasn't supposed to be on my feet at all. I wasn't supposed to be doing nothing. Let alone I was going through so much that, you know, I was under a lot of damn stress. And I still pushed myself to work. And when I tell you I ended up with a headache, the headache was so bad. It was to the point, like, I'm good with pain. I could take pain. I've had 2 natural, I delivered 2 out of the 6 of my children naturally. You know, no pain medications. I can take pain, but the headache, bruh, it wasn't going away. It was like no matter how much Advil, Tylenol I took, Benadryl, I would take Benadryl to try to fall asleep. I would still wake up with the same exact headache. The headache and the pain started radiating down to like my neck, like the back of my neck. It was to the point where I thought that I had a crook in my neck, but that's not what it was, because even the icy hot, it still wasn't working. I'm telling you, nothing was working. It was to the point where I started feeling myself getting dizzy, you know? So my husband was like, you want to go to the hospital? I'm no, I don't want to go to no hospitals. I don't do hospitals. I can't do it unless I'm having a baby, you know? He was like, I really feel like you should go to the hospital, because I'm just like, oh, my head. Get to the hospital, right? They finally call my name. I go in triage. They take my vitals and stuff like that. Now, the nurse, she was a little racist, but I can say that she still had compassion. Real talk. She took my vitals. She thought her machine was broke because my blood pressure was skyrocket. Like it was high. And she was like, okay, I need you to lay back for me for a second. Let me go get the other machine. She got the other machine and my blood pressure was still high. So she had me take a Tylenol and drink some water. And she came back within 45 minutes to take my blood pressure again, still high. I told her, I said, I want to remind you that I had just had a baby like 5 weeks ago. She was like, oh, you just had a baby? Oh my gosh. Well, we are gonna have to get you upstairs to, the high risk postpartum area. I was scared. I didn't know what the hell was going on. They rushed me upstairs in a wheelchair. I was just getting dizzy. Head was still hurting. They gave me a CAT scan and everything. Then when I got up there, I was so like close to passing out because they kept asking me, the doctors kept asking me, how am I doing? I'm like, I just feel lightheaded. I just feel lightheaded. So they just tried to draw my blood. They could not get any blood. My veins blew immediately. My veins in both of my hands blew. Next thing you know, I just started passing out. Passing out. This was also around, this was like a month after December 20, yeah, so it was January 2021. And this is around the time when the COVID stuff was still going on. So my husband was not allowed upstairs with me. He was actually sitting in the car listening to the whole thing on the phone. And they finally said that he could come up there. I'm telling you, like, I was literally near death, bro. They could not get any blood out of me. Nothing. Nothing. I kept passing out. They had me on a machine taking my blood pressure. Blood pressure was still skyrocket through the roof. Then they told me, oh, we got to get her some magnesium. It was so many doctors standing over me. CAT scan results came back. They said that I had a sinus infection. I don't know. It didn't feel like I had one though, but they said that that did not contribute to the problem. It is really the fact that I should never been working. And I was under too much stress while working. And I just had a baby. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling them like, man, I'm homeless and stuff. So I got to work. They was like, no, 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 you have to lay down. You have to sit down somewhere. Like you can't do anything right now. So they had me on magnesium for 3 days in the hospital, y'all. And I ended up coming out and I was good. But the doctor told me I was near death, bro. That's how bad it was. When I tell you a job is not worth it, your health is worth it is worth way more. I have parents that has literally worked themselves so hard to the point where they have health issues right now. Real talk. Parents. I'm telling you, it's not worth it, man. They ended up finding, unfortunately, the parents that I have ended up finding out 30 years later down the line that, you know what, shouldn't have been working this long. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Your life is worth way more than these corporations. They don't care about you. They don't give a damn about you. They don't care about your health. They don't give a damn about your life. None of that. And the crazy part about it is I feel like these corporations should care because you need me, right? You need me. You hired me to work this job. You claim that you needed me to work. So why you don't care about my health? But they don't care. That's the thing. So since they don't care, who has to care? You do because it's your body. And once they, I was watching this one guy on YouTube and he was talking about how he had worked a job for a whole year and he was working 40 hours a week every single day. He was working on his days that he was supposed to be off. He was just coming to work faithfully. And then he said it got to the point where his heart, all of a sudden, he started having chest pains. So he had to stop working so he can get to the doctor and find out what's going on. Come to find out, they told him that he had a mini heart attack, right? Because if he was working too much, He said that he felt chest pains when he was working and stuff, but he didn't want to stop because he like, nah, I gotta keep my bills paid. But see, that's the thing. People be having way too much pride to stop working. They keep working because they feel like, oh, I'm healthy, I'm in shape. Yeah, but a job would literally, it would wear and tear on your body. Just like if you drive a car so much, if you do delivery driving like how I did, and the delivery driving will tear your car up, wear and tear. Yeah, your body is the same way. But people don't even understand that. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm in perfect shape. Okay, a job will stress you out so bad to the point. Do you not know that stress can kill you? Stress can kill you. The doctors told me that I was near death because I was too stressed. I should never been under that much stress. You know, just having a baby and trying to get out here and work and stuff like that so I can prevent myself from being homeless. And it just wasn't worth it. You know, God will literally show you that you got too much pride. Just by simply making you go through something that you ain't never went through in your life. You end up in a damn ER in a hospital and you like, dang, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know what's going on with me. Oh, my back, oh, my neck, oh, my chest. Work. The work life. But I encourage people that work so much, I encourage you to make sure that you get checkups. Go to the doctor, make sure you get your blood drawn so you can make sure everything is good with you. Real talk. Get you some EKGs, get you a CAT scan, whatever the case may be. Make sure that you good. Instead of constantly working to the point where you just don't care about your health. They want you to forget about your health. They want you not to care. That's the thing. They want you to care so much about the money and about the job that you forget about yourself. Just like how they putting all these different trending topics in front of us on YouTube, on TikTok, all of that, because they want you to forget about who you really are. They want you to engage in all of these different trending topics that's going on and stuff, and these trends and all of this stuff to keep your mind from. They want to keep your mind wandering because they don't want you to know who you really are. They don't want you to check up on your health. They don't want you to get to know God. They don't want you to have that time by yourself where you can isolate yourself. They don't want that. They don't want you to get out of the matrix is basically what I'm trying to say. You said, just remember, she is not saying quit your job. Just keep yourself healthy and enjoy life instead of being rich and unhealthy and or stable or mentally unstable. Take time off of your family, off for your family. Be there for your kids and your partner. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. And I'm really saying this to people that have a hard time understanding that money is really just a tool. Money is not supposed to control you. You're not supposed to fall deeply in love with money. Money is not supposed to have this much control over the people, bro. And y'all letting some paper, some digital paper at that, control you. So let me rewind because I want to listen.
Days off and I
getting more and more expensive.
I want to listen to everything that she's saying.
Frustrating because I'm so broke, and I'm broke because I keep taking days off, and I keep taking days off because I'm pushing my body far beyond its limit. And I'm pushing my body far beyond its limit because I have to take on jobs that require too much. And my jobs require too much because I'm not supposed to be working. I should be on disability, but I'm not disabled enough visually to be eligible for disability. And even if I was, I wouldn't be making a livable wage. So I push myself past my limits to get the livable wage, to pay the bills I can't afford to pay, because the services that are supposed to be in place to help me don't give a fuck about me. And I can't keep trying to get a diagnosis because the amount of time that it takes to see the specialist after specialist after specialist and do the blood work after lab work after lab work after at fucking whatever requires me to take time off. And I can't afford to take off any more time than the time that I'm already taking off, because I'm already taking off too much time. Because my body hurts all the fucking time. And I'm on my lunch. And I'm in an urgent care parking lot.
Oh my gosh.
And I can't be seen because I don't have enough money for the $60 copay. And I don't have enough money because all of my money goes to my bills. Because I can't make enough to have extra spending money. Because of the time I call off. Do you see the pattern? Do you see the cycle? This is a self-perpetuating cycle that I'm stuck in because of the grips of fucking capitalism, and I will just become increasingly disabled every single fucking day with no supports in place for me. Because they don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. And it's not enough to say I am in excruciating pain every single day. And it hurts to walk, and it hurts to get up, and it hurts to eat, and it hurts to talk, and my skin hurts. The cramps I get during my period are completely fucking debilitating. My teeth hurt. And there's nothing wrong with them. They just hurt for the sake of hurting. That's not enough. Nothing that I give is enough because there's no label for it. Mind you, the drug reaction that I had to the medication I didn't fucking need in the first place, as it turns out, is such a rare drug reaction that they don't even know how to treat it. They told me that. They were like, we really don't know what to do. So we can try this thing, but this drug reaction has done one of two things. It has either flared up an undiagnosed autoimmune disorder that you've always had, which you can continue to test negative for a really, really long time, by the way. Or, congratulations, it gave you one. You got one for free from us.
So first and foremost, it's not funny. And I'm not laughing at what she said. It's just unbelievable how people can hear this woman. So you hear this woman. She is a prime example of exactly what I'm talking about. She's having so many different issues with her body, because of what? Working. She works so much that she still can't even afford to pay her bills. She works so much that she still can't even afford to pay the $60 copay. She said that she have to take so much time off from work, to the point where she don't get a check so she can pay the doggone $60 copay to get seen at the doctor. And she said everything is hurting. Her teeth hurt. Her skin hurt. Her everything is hurting. And she like, I don't know what's going on with me. And I can't figure out what's going on with me because I got to pay $60 to get seen, So basically, she's just, SOL, and she's just sitting in the parking lot of the urgent care center. So this is what I need a lot of people to understand. It sounds like she is going through a depression, but I want people to understand that stress, bro, stress can attack so many different parts of your body. Seriously. It can cause a headache. Stress can cause pain in different areas of your body that you never thought that it would cause. I'm serious, man. I didn't even know that stress could contribute to severe migraine to the point where it can radiate down to your shoulders and your neck. That's what happened to me. I didn't even know that stress could put you in a position to where when it's time to draw your blood, you know, you can't get no blood drawn. I didn't even know that stress could make your blood pressure skyrocket like it did mine, to the point where they had to keep me on close watch. You know, stress, man. Stress is a silent killer, bro. And it's dangerous. And a lot of people, they don't even realize that they putting themselves under stress when they worry so much. Stop worrying. Stop worrying. Stop being in fear so much. If you can't afford it, you just can't afford it, bro. If you can't afford to pay your bills, you just gotta accept that. Real talk. A lot of people this year have had to accept the fact that, all right, you know what? No matter how much I work, no matter how many jobs I have, it is what it is. It looks like I just can't afford to pay this bill. For real. Look, I went 3 months without paying my phone bill simply because I could not afford to pay my phone bill. Okay? I had to choose between a phone bill and food in the house. And I'm like, well, food in the house because got to make sure my child eats. So I would go months without paying my phone bill. I don't care. It is what it is. You know, you know, and I'm not about to stress myself out about it because it is what it is. If I need to reach out to people, I know how to reach them. You know, if I have important business that I gotta handle, I already got the alarms in my phone set. You know, I set alarms in my phone to where I can remember what I have to do. So I can figure out a way to connect with these people so I can reach them. It's called Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? So hey, Wi-Fi it is. If I don't have Wi-Fi at home, go somewhere where I can get some Wi-Fi. You know? That's I mean, sometimes you just have to accept it and you just got to make it work, especially if you don't have a support system. Like she said, she don't have a support system. Me and my husband, we don't have a support system. All we have is each other and God, seriously. Like for real. That's all we got. And you just got to make it work. You got to make it work. People be stressing themselves out and then they end up in a hospital and in a doctor's office and you got all these different health conditions and stuff because stress, it contributes to all of this. Universal. Derek, that is my husband, Mr. Kane. So yeah, I'm not looking for love. I don't need it. And yeah, I appreciate the compliment though. Real talk. Uh, but yeah, you know, clearly y'all see this lady, this is what she's trying to explain to the people. She's crying. Now, her cries for help, I can totally understand for sure. You know, and it's sad when you don't have a support system because people really be feeling like, oh, all you got to do is this, all you got to do is that. Yeah, it's easier for a person with support, but when you don't have that support and you don't have the resources, you know, because people in 2025 have become so selfish that they don't even want to help you with resources, bro. You know, people have become so evil this year that they are, I'm telling you, man, Bible prophecy. People have become lovers of themselves, you know, lovers of money, and that's just the way it is. And I and my husband both have literally accepted that this is the world that we live amongst. Full blown evil, demonic people that just care about themselves. They don't care about helping you. People so evil and wicked that they don't even want to, not only will they not give you a dollar or a penny, they don't want to give you resources and they don't feel like they should give you a conversation. They don't feel like they should give you any type of advice, you know, any type of, advice. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. They don't feel like they should say, oh, yeah, it's going to, just keep going, keep God first, blah, blah. Sometimes you do. It is people that say that, but they be so fake, man. They be so fake. People are so fake in 2025. It don't make no sense. Fake is I don't know what. Well, I hope everything gets better for you. No, you don't. Stop lying. It be the same people that'll pray on your downfall that say that they want everything to get better for you. They won't even send you $1. Seriously. And we know that it's not about the money, but geez, they won't even help you with a penny if you ask for it. They'll look at you like you crazy. This is the world that we live in, man. This is 2025 Matrix time. Like, people are so stuck in the Matrix. You heard this lady. She said, I just feel like, I just feel like I'm stuck. Like, there is no way out. I feel like I don't know where to go. I don't know how to get out of this. Do you see the cycle? Yes, it is a never-ending cycle. See, that's what we're trying to get y'all to understand. Once you are in the matrix, you are in a never-ending cycle. It is an ongoing thing. And the only way that it's going to stop is if you get up out of it. Like, she might end up realizing eventually, like, you know what? I just need to accept the fact that these jobs that I'm working is breaking my body down and it's not helping me. No matter how many jobs I have, no matter how many bills that I have to miss and pay at the same time, and I still don't have nothing left. And most importantly, the sad part about it is when you take off of work, you don't have the money for a copay to go see a doctor. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you doing all this working and stuff like that. The job don't even want to help you. And I feel like these jobs should have some sort of resources. These jobs, these corporations don't care so much that they want you to work for a year in order to get the benefits for that position, medical benefits and all of that. But I feel like they should they should have something when you first get hired, no matter what. When you first get hired, they should have it to where they give you a slip, maybe twice a month, to go see a doctor anywhere for free. Get you some blood drawn, make sure you getting checkups and stuff like that regularly or whatnot. But you see, they don't care so much. They want you to overwork yourself. They want your body to break down, your bones to break down, you know.
It's gonna be.
So here is another lady after this. Let's listen to what this other lady has to say.
So today is going to be a little different. I am going grocery shopping. I am calling it broke on a budget because I have been putting this money aside to be able to purchase what I need to for quite a while. Today's goal is to stock up on some meat and some freezer things, which is why my number is more than what I would probably have when I go grocery shopping, especially right now. I have about $400 set aside for me to go grocery shopping. We are hitting 3 places. We are hitting Dollar Tree, Aldi, and Walmart. I am not comfortable taking you with me while I go shopping, so I will be showing you guys a haul at the end. So, I just got out of Dollar Tree. This is my receipt. I spent $58.12 was my grand total for everything that I got. Now, the prices in Dollar Tree have gone up a little bit, but not too.
They have. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dollar Tree. Me and my husband, we used to make a regular trip weekly, okay, to Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree was our spot. $1.25, you can't beat it. I remember when you see how everything is normalized right now. Everything used to be $1 once upon a time at Dollar Tree. Then it went up to $1.25. Now it's $1.75, and some of the things is $2. Some of the things is $3 now. Like, Dollar Tree where? Huh? So anyway, they made it to where people have to accept that shit, So it done got to a point where we used to literally take a regular trip to Dollar Tree every week because honestly, the manager that worked there, she was a good friend of ours, and she was really helping us out, to be honest. She was giving us the discounts, If she can, if her big boss wasn't there, then she'd help us out. But honestly, like, we would be able to come out of there spending a few bucks, you know? And honestly, it would be very rare when she could help us out. It wasn't a all the time thing. But the thing is, we can get 10 items out of Dollar Tree and be spending what, $10 or maybe $11. But now you get 10 items out of Dollar Tree, you're gonna be spending about 20 bucks. $17 to $20. You might as well go to Family Dollars. Or no, I really don't like Dollar General. I'm not gonna lie. I really do not like. I don't see how people shop at Dollar General. Just not my store. I don't like it. Cause in general, you can't get everything for $1. Yeah. I don't see. But anyway, yeah, Dollar Tree is expensive now. It is very expensive. You gotta be careful when you even buying 4 items up out of there.
Too bad. Yeah, so 58, 12 is a rat. Oh, I just got done at Aldi. There's a nice little receipt. My total was $196.38. So
I mean, your receipt long as hell. Like, what did you get, ma'am? It looked like you bought about 100 items up out of Aldi's. I can say that, you know, I used to love Aldi. Okay, when Aldi first, when they prices was cheap, that was me. I was there. Okay, I was an Aldi shopper. All we did was shop at Aldi. Okay, but then all of a sudden, everything just started going up and getting so expensive to the point where I'm like, you know what? Y'all can have this store. I can't do it. I can't do it. So then in Chicago, from anybody that's from Chicago, you know, we got Fair Play, Food for Less. I ain't messing with Jules because Jules is Jewel Oscar is just way too expensive. Mariano's is way too expensive. Whole Foods, I'm not doing it. Not doing it at Target. Not definitely nope. Can't do it at Walmart. Only time I used to shop at Walmart was when I lived out of state, and that was the only grocery store that was in the neighborhood, which was Walmart. But yeah, not Walmart is not for me either. But yeah, you know, unfortunately, a lot of these grocery stores have become overly expensive. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's basically showing how much she spent. She went to 3 stores. She did Dollar Tree, Aldi, and Walmart. So at Dollar Tree, she spent $58. And Aldi, she spent $158. Her receipt looks very long. You know, so I guess the next receipt that she's gonna show is Walmart.
I've spent, yes, I wrote it down. $254.50 so far.
Okay. So basically, she had said in the very beginning of the video, she said that she put $400 to the side to go shopping at these 3 different stores to get grocery items and stuff like that, or different items for the house. So $400 is what she had. She already spent 58 at Dollar Tree. She already spent 158 at Aldi. So she said now they are at what was the total?
$254.50 so far.
$254.50 so far. So now let's see what the Walmart receipt is saying.
So remaining, I have, I believe it's like 140 left. I still have all that to get. So we're gonna head into Walmart, which is the last stop, to get the last final things.
So she said that now remaining, she has $154 left. So now she's about to go into the Walmart and let's see what she got left.
So we are finally done. I spent $139.41 at Walmart, making my grand total just under $394. I'm pretty impressed that I was able to get as much as I did. I was not able to get a lot of meat like I wanted to. I did pick up a decent amount at Aldi. But
I just want to know, how many kids do you got, ma'am? Because I just got some things I want to say, but I don't even want to be mean about it. I don't want to say nothing wrong, so I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut.
But yeah, and that price did include a few things that I needed for school, as I have mentioned that I am in school. So yeah, not a bad run. In the beginning, I should say, I should have mentioned that I am gluten intolerant. I've been that way for a while. I'm just now starting to like really follow it. And then I'm only buying for one person, so I can make this stretch for quite a while. I do try and only go grocery shopping once a month.
So you don't have any kids? It's just you yourself?
Okay. Have you guys have a good day?
So here we are, at the end of another video that shouldn't have to exist. At the end of another conversation that millions of people are already having silently, privately, painfully, every single day. The conversation that starts with, I don't know how I'm going to make it, and ends with, I guess I'll figure something out. The conversation that's not happening in boardrooms or press conferences or campaign speeches, but in bedrooms and kitchens and WhatsApp messages, in quiet tears behind closed doors. Because the truth is, people are broke. Not tight budget broke. Not cutting back on luxuries broke. I mean broke in the most brutal, unforgiving sense of the word. I mean skipping meals. I mean dodging calls from landlords. I mean rationing electricity. I mean pretending everything's fine because admitting the truth feels too heavy. And the worst part? It's not because people are lazy. It's not because they're irresponsible. It's not because they made bad choices. It's because the system is broken. Or more accurately, it's working exactly as it was designed. To keep people desperate. To keep people quiet. To keep people too exhausted to fight back. We live in a world where working full-time doesn't guarantee stability. Where doing everything right still leaves you behind. Where the cost of simply existing, not thriving, not succeeding, just existing, is becoming unbearable. And while we're out here trying to survive, the people in power are playing games. They're spinning stories. They're pointing fingers. They're pretending this crisis is temporary, isolated, manageable. But it's not. It's everywhere. It's global. It's systemic. It's the result of decades of neglect, greed, and indifference. It's the result of policies that prioritize profit over people. It's the result of leaders who talk about economic growth while ignoring the fact that millions can't afford to eat, sleep, or breathe without anxiety. And let's talk about that anxiety. Because it's not just financial stress. It's emotional exhaustion. It's the constant mental math of, can I afford this?
I just want to say, some of these people be doing a little emotional narcissism online too. So, don't believe the hype. Most of these people just are emotional narcissists. And they're naturally that way. And they don't feel like they are. Real talk. Some people, I do understand their pain. I do understand where they coming from for sure. Like the one chick that was saying that, she don't have a support system and, her body is hurting. And now, obviously, you could tell that she's on her way out of the matrix because she just like, man, I can't do this no more. I just can't. Versus the people that know, like one of the chicks, she's up there crying and screaming into the camera about how it's like, yeah, they didn't pay me and they always do this. And okay, so why you keep putting yourself in the same position? A lot of people be afraid to speak up for themselves. They afraid to put their foot down because they are afraid to what? Lose their job. People be living in fear every single day of their lives. And I understand what everybody is going through. We all going through it together. Everybody is pretty much broke. But please fix yourself. Fix yourself. Yeah, your wallet, you might be broke. When you look in your wallet, you might be broke $0, nothing to your name. But if you don't fix yourself, then you will be broken too. You will be broken. Fix yourself. on the inside. Continue to stay happy no matter what. No matter if your bank account say $0, no matter if it say 32 cents, no matter if you got $5 left, it don't matter, man. Please, we have to fix ourselves. Real talk. Because if you don't fix yourself, then you are allowing money to control you at this point.
What if something goes wrong? How long can I keep this up? It's the shame of asking for help, the guilt of not being able to provide, the fear of losing everything over one unexpected expense. It's the feeling of being trapped, of waking up every day with a weight on your chest, of knowing that no matter how hard you work, how much you sacrifice, how many corners you cut, it's never enough. And it's not because you're not trying, it's because the system is rigged. And while we're out here drowning, the people in charge are floating. They're fine. They're more than fine. They're thriving. They're cashing in.
Yeah.
They're making speeches about resilience and recovery while we're just trying to make it to next week. They're telling us to stay positive while we're wondering how to keep the lights on. And the media? They're not helping. They're too busy covering celebrity drama and political theater to talk about the real crisis. They're too busy selling hope to acknowledge despair. They're too busy pretending everything's normal to admit that nothing is. But we know the truth. We live it. We feel it. We carry it. We know what it's like to skip meals so our kids don't have to. We know what it's like to smile through the pain because we don't want to worry our families. We know what it's like to pretend we're okay because admitting we're not feels like failure. But
I'm just gonna stop right here because a lot of people got a lot of learning to do. They got a lot of learning to do, and a lot of people believe that they already got it all together. But if you continue to live in fear every day of your life because you're afraid that you're gonna lose your job, you afraid that you're gonna lose out on money. I don't know what to tell you. If you're afraid that, your family is gonna look at you differently. He talking about some of us still smile through the pain because we're afraid that our family will look at us. I mean, well, get out that mindset. You're an adult. You are living your own life. Okay? You don't live your life for your family. That's the thing. The way that they want you to live your life, it don't work that way. And I had to snap out of that too. I didn't care about what nobody thought about me. If you feel like I'm lazy or whatever because I don't want to work this job because I know what's best for me, then it is what it is. See your way out of my life then. How about that? If you are afraid that you're going to have to be embarrassed because I'm your family and I have to stand next to you and it's like a you versus me thing. It's like, oh, you got it all together, but I don't. And everybody is going to look at you like, why are you hanging with me? Or why are you around me? Or why do we live in the same household if, I'm not working, but you are and you're making the money and I'm not? Like, okay, then get away from me. Stay out of my life. This is my life. And I choose to do what I choose to do, what's best for me. What's best for me is to not let a job run me over, not let a job dictate my life, and not let money do the same. Because money is just a tool, and people keep forgetting that. It is literally a tool. Yes, find God, seek Him. Open up your book, open up the Bible, read read 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 10. As a matter of fact, I can read it for y'all before we get up out of here. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So, you continue to live with the mindset of money, this, money, that. I can't do this because I need money, I need money, I need money, I need money. Then you're going to have a hard time realizing that you know, you really got too much pride in a way. A lot of people have a hard time realizing that they got too much pride. People really believe that they don't have pride at all. Pride before destruction. Wake them folks up.